everybody, and welcome to a Slice of Gaming podcast, episode 148 for May 22nd, 2026. I am your host, the Uncharted Wolf, and I am joined today by two very special guests to talk about all the things happening in the world of gaming. Very, very busy news week this week. Lots of stuff for Sony, lots of stuff for Take-Two, Destiny, lots of news regarding that. So I had to get my two biggest PlayStation and Destiny fans first and foremost is my main man, Fusion. How you doing, Fusion?
Doing good, 2 weeks in a row, a record. I'm back.
You're back in your element. I mean, it's the SGF season, the E3 season, if you will. So,
My
I,
favorite
I,
season
I
of the year.
yeah, who wouldn't want to be on? And my other big Sony guy, Bob.
It's funny that I'm on after ghosting you guys last week because I can actually say, yeah, I know you tried to have Bop on last week, but I'm here to fill his place.
That's fucked up. You are not Phil Spencer, bro. You can't you can't pretend you got that cachet. Though, honestly, you might have more cachet than Phil Spencer now. I think he's a little washed. You see the things that Asha been doing for like 2 weeks after she takes the job after Phil. Yeah, Phil's a bit washed.
He's
I don't,
been
I don't
nowhere.
think
Like
that.
I'm surprised.
I don't think that's right.
Maybe I'm not that surprised, but I am a little surprised he just has zero social media presence now. Like he's just gone.
Oh, dude, I
I
would too, man. The way that ended, like I'd be so burnt out.
I have to imagine it's like also he has like a non-discuss clause or something
Yeah.
to where he
Oh,
can't talk to
100%.
anyone about it. But hey, we'll see.
I mean, how
You know,
long did it take Sean Lane to start talking after he got
yeah, he
canned?
like got kicked out, and then like it took like a couple years, and then all he does is kind of glaze Sony and roast Xbox. Which I mean, like, hey, respect to that, but like it's
He's still
very funny.
loyal.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like he effectively got kicked out, but he's still like, yo, they the goats though. I love it. Anyways, got a lot of news to get to. So if you guys want to find us, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite podcasts are found, we're on them. Like the podcast, helps us out a ton. And follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at a slice of gaming, all one word. Before we get into the news, I do want to get our icebreaker. Now, we were supposed to get our GTA 6 pre-orders this week, Fusion. We talked
Hmm.
about that last week. And you and me were more on the side of it's not happening. But, we're going to talk more about GTA 6 in general. Bob, I want to say something. Bob has been very mean. Like, he has been very mean to all GTA fans. They're just like, man, I
Oh.
can't wait for this game. And Bob's like, you fucking idiots. Should play like a real game like Forza. Like, the disrespect is a little much.
No, I have been adamant that it will be releasing in November. I've stuck with my guns after saying it'll get delayed a couple of times. I just think there are two games right now that the speculation around them is funnier than actually playing the game, and those two games are Half-Life 3 and GTA 6. Those fans are batshit insane. The theories are insane, and I
You know
eat that up every single time. So I'm sorry, I enjoy entertainment. Sue me.
Here's the problem, Bob. You have too many reliable franchises. Like you have too many franchises where you're like, it's gonna come out and it's gonna be good. Like you don't have anything that's like, will this one be good? You just have and like, will there be another one? It's like you're a fan of Forza. Like, oh man, they're gonna make another Forza. Shocker. Like you gotta have more like schizo franchises like a GTA.
Is Halo not a schizo franchise? It's kind of sucked for the last
That's
10 years.
That's self-inflicted, I think. I think Halo fans
Okay.
complain. I think Halo fans complain about the franchise more than the actual like quality of the
We
franchise
also
dictates.
Bop went 11 years without a new college football game.
That's
Yeah,
also
but like
true.
that
And
doesn't
and
count.
no, and actually, no, Fusion's right because around 2020 the rumor started swirling that they were going to come back with the NIL stuff and it still took them 5 years.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? Okay, fine. You got that, Bob. Wait, do we all have a schizo franchise?
I mean, I'll never see Titanfall again.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I have like multiple.
I'm not
Jack and
sure if Far Cry
Daxter.
is ever coming back. Who knows?
Yeah. I have Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter. Bench doesn't. He
That's
got
because that
Mario
dude,
Luigi come back.
he only
The
likes.
studio that made Mario Luigi shut down, and he still got a new one.
And he gets a new Final Fantasy thing like every year. So like,
Yeah, man, fuck Bench. Anyways, my icebreaker actually though is because of all the hype for GTA 6 really bubbling up lately, what's the most hyped you guys have been for a game? Like a brand new game release, what is the game that you're like, I need this in my tummy right now? That's a weird analogy, but still,
That
stick
was
with
a
me.
weird analogy.
Let's start with Bob. Was it college football, Bob, or is there another one?
Shit, well, yeah, I mean, it was probably college football. The only other one I can think of off the top of my head was Halo 3. I mean, that was
Wow.
just like
I
that
mean,
the
everyone was
launch of
hyped for
that
that.
game was just, I mean, because you knew like it ended on a cliffhanger. And the marketing and lead up to that game, there's so many iconic trailers and like just bits of information that led up to it. You still had midnight launches back then where they're actually like selling them and kind of like amping them up and people were showing out. And I went to a midnight launch, so yeah, I would say college football probably in recent memory, just because like we said, like 10 years. I was playing PS3 emulator modded versions of that game to try and like get my fix in. And
That's
then,
insane.
the rumor started swirling and then, I had to watch that. Fusion, wasn't like February that first trailer came out and then we had to wait another like 4 months.
Yeah,
I was like, I need
it
this
took
now.
forever.
I need this now.
And it was that the first trailer was like the tease of the dude sewing the jersey. And we're like, bro, like that's
Right,
all we
right.
got.
Yeah, and we were trying to, and again, like speaking to crazy fan bases, the amount of like over analyzing even that trailer was crazy.
I I really love that Halo 3 commercial. I think it was called Believe, where it's like they're all like
Oh yeah.
figurines and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All timer. A really
Yep.
good video game commercial. Fusion, what about you?
The first one that came to mind, and I hate bringing up this franchise because people hate it for no reason, was actually Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, I was
Oh,
like, because I love Horizon Zero Dawn. Like at one point, it was probably like a top 10ish game. I've lowered like came down on it back to life like in recent years. Like it's probably in my top 50 maybe. Like it's nowhere near the top anymore. But
mhm.
I would just I remember being so excited for Horizon Forbidden West. It was like they put out that deep dive that like own state of play. I was like, I've never seen a game look this good. Like I
It
love
was
this first one
insane.
so much, and I was like so excited for this thing. And I remember the delay hit, and I was so sad because it was supposed to come out like in 2021, and then it didn't because it got delayed into 2022. But it was like I just
Yeah.
remember being so obnoxiously excited for the game. And then honestly, in recent memories, just last year, Silksong and Hades 2 were both like, well, it was a Hades 2 was more so I guess for that early access a few years ago, but like Silksong last year, just all the waiting for those trailers when they said it was gonna be like it was gonna come out last year. We were waiting for every state of play and every showcase, and each time it wasn't showing up, and then it finally showed up and we got the date. Like I was obnoxiously obsessed with Silksong also at a point, but yeah, the first one that did came to mind was Horizon Forbidden West, just because Horizon was one of those things where I played it senior year in high school, and I loved it. And it was 2017, so it was like I wasn't fully into single player games yet. Like up to that point, I obviously played The Witcher and
Yeah.
like games like that, The Last of Us, like certain games. But I remember Horizon Zero Dawn was like that first game that sounds weird, but kind of took me out of my shell of being like I could be interested in these non-traditional games. This game was a game about robot dinosaurs that like years before that I would
Yeah.
have never cared about. So like I learned to love Horizon Zero Dawn and love that world, and then the buildup of it being PS5, a PS5 game, and all the releases, everything. I was just super into that, and then everyone hated it. So cool. I don't know.
Okay, I will say this. That is definitely a revisionist history because, like, when it came out, everyone loved Horizon Zero
Yeah,
Dawn.
yeah, yeah.
It was just like later on, I think people got a bit tired of. I really think it was just the amount of stuff announced around Horizon that made people get tired of it. But I do think people still really like that first game. For me, you know what? Also, a big thing about Horizon Fusion is it also came out a week before like genre
Yeah.
defining open world games
I
for
know.
both games. It's just like that's tough. That's really
Yeah, like
difficult.
it. Yeah, for sure. And it's like that just is what happens. Like Hunter
They're both.
Gathering, like that multiplayer game that is it just literally as the podcast is starting the beta this for this run of like alpha whatever they're calling it closed beta.
Oh, dope.
I'm gonna play either today or tomorrow, and it was like whenever that thing releases, it's like Titanfall 3 is coming out. Like the greatest multiplayer game of all time will be out there.
Gonna somehow do it. Oh man, that'd be amazing. Shout outs Horizon. You give us something really good afterwards. But hey, I mean, those games are fun. I would definitely give them that. For me, I have about three actually. The big three for me. First and foremost, the first game I was ever extremely hyped for, Bob, you're gonna love. It's Pokemon X and Y. Um, I remember be
I mean, I
like
get it.
watching. What's up?
I was gonna say I get it.
Yeah, I mean, like when it came, because I was like 11 when the trailer first came out for X and Y, and I was just like watching like fake Mon videos, and then I just remember Pokemon X and Y reveal trailer. I'm like, oh, is this like a fake trailer? And I was like, no shit, wait, this is real. And it was like actually like 3D Pokemon, which I think we were all so like hyped for, like finally coming to 3D. Yeah, and like I was watching like daily videos. It's like of this guy who did a YouTube channel of like an X and Y countdown, and it was like here's day 310 days until X and Y comes out, or 205 days left until X and Y comes out, and he would just have the so this leak came out from Koro Koro. I think it's fake. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna see you tomorrow. And I'm like, fuck yeah, that was a good ass video. A great start to my day. Like that shit had me hyped. I was stuck on that game. The other one is Fallout 4. I was such a huge Bethesda fanboy back in 2015, and just like the thing about Bethesda games, and like we could relate to this, Bob, because this happened to us with Starfield, was they are so good at showing you the games and the trailers where you're like, this is gonna be the best game ever made. Like you're gonna play it as like this is gonna be everything I ever wanted in a game. And watching the Fallout 4 trailer or like the E3 showcase and the way Todd talked about it, I'm like, I'm just gonna spend 1,000 hours in this game. And I played it and I loved it. I didn't spend 1,000 hours, but like I'm like, I defend Fallout 4. I fucking love that game. Um, and then last one for me was Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Big Smash fan growing up. And it was just like, hey, here's a brand new one. All the characters. All I wanted was Snake to come back. That's literally when the game was being teased and rumored. I'm like, just give me Snake back. That's all I care about. I don't even care about newcomers. I just want Snake back. They showed me Snake back. That big trailer that everyone is here is an all-time classic. That one will always stick with me. And just the days leading up to that game's release was just like I mean, remember the day before or the day of release was the Game Awards, and they did the whole like Joker reveal and the orchestra. And it's like, oh my god, like give me this game now, man. So yeah, those will always stick out as like the big three for me. And I've had a lot of games come close, but like those three always like are like I literally could not wait for them.
What was your pre-Elden Ring hype?
Extremely. I if you remember when Elden Ring for years like there was like radio silent and the Elden Ring subreddit was literally insane and like it was effectively like Silk posting before Silk Song. So like they were going crazy about it. I was part of that and my hype was extremely high, but like I was willing to wait. Like that one wasn't like a
Mm.
I'm daily checking like every forum, everything possible. But when the reviews came out, I read every review. Every single review humanly possible. I made sure. It's like I want to know everything going into this. I can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to
I
say a
think
quick shout out to Cyberpunk. I was
yeah, that's
obsessed with Cyberpunk. That's like my most disappointing game like launch of all time. I was chronically obsessed with Cyberpunk. I took the day off work that day. Like I was
oh my
so obsessed. I remember working at a trucking company at the time and telling people about this game, how obsessed I am. And like I came back the next day and I was like, I got a refund. I just couldn't do it. It just
no, I
didn't work
know
out. But I
that
remember
feeling.
being so obsessed with Cyberpunk because Witcher 3 still now, but at the time was like my second favorite game of all time. I was so into what they were showing, and I think it was all the also just community hype for Cyberpunk. It was like the world was ecstatic for Cyberpunk. It wasn't just Witcher fans. It was literally
Oh yeah.
everyone, no matter who you were excited for Cyberpunk. So it was just like that hype cycle was insane, and then for it to come out and fluster like it did was really unfortunate.
The fact that they were able to turn that around
Oh
eventually
yeah,
is
I mean like
extremely impressive.
the fact that to this day, like I know you guys are indifferent on the game compared to me, but that's easily a top 15 game of all time for me, which is insane to say now. It's 6 years past that launch, but they cleaned it up
Yeah.
so well, and with that DLC in 2023, like that game is so good.
That's
Well, if you
actually
had
a
a
good call too, because like I remember the original teaser for that back in 2013, where it's just like the girl and
Such a good
the
teaser.
bullet, and yeah, I
You
just
gotta do best
remember.
video game trailers, man, because that's definitely up there.
Right, it's just like hearing the rumors and the hype, and then by the time that they announced it, like that was by that point I was watching E3 presentations, and I just remember like the Xbox show ending and then the hacking stuff, and I'm like, oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god, it's Cyberpunk, it's at the Xbox show, and I lost my mind at that
Yeah.
That was
trailer.
awesome. Bob, do you have a similar one? Because like for me, it's Starfield. I've documented that a bunch, but like where it was like, oh, I can't wait, and then he comes out and you're disappointed.
Um, yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
Rebirth.
Starfield's one.
So-
No, not Rebirth. Starfield would be one. Cyberpunk would be one. Um, I think weirdly enough, one of them for me would be Sports Story. We all know how
Oh
much I
yeah,
loved Golf
that's a good
Story,
one.
and we knew Sports Story was being teased and it was coming out, and then it went radio silence. And then I remember I was in the car on my way to my grandma's when it just randomly got dumped in that indie like thing in
Yeah, it was
I
like
want
right
to
at the
say
end.
yeah, it was like either it was sometime around Christmas, and it was just the weirdest thing. It's like, oh yeah, Sports Story's out. I'm like, what?
It was gonna
And
come out at Christmas.
I couldn't play it right away, and then I finally got to it, and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
I want everyone to know one of my very first like social memories of Bop and like communicating with Bop over Discord was with Sports Story. I went to him and I'm like,
Same.
I know this dude loves Sports Story, like Golf Story. Is Sports Story good enough for my fantasy critic? This was when I was still in the game mess and like I was part of that fantasy critic. And Bob's like, yeah, that game's gonna hit. Like you're getting a high. I think Golf Story did really well. I'm like, awesome. If that game would have hit, I would have won the league. That game fucking sucked, and I lost the league. So I was like, thanks, Bob.
I
Bob,
mean,
you fucked it up,
what
man.
is the open critic of Sports Story? I honestly, it's such a like,
I think it's like a 60.
I
I
would say it
do
was
you remember
really bad.
that there was like in the game there was like the room full of like
yeah,
developers talking about like hidden like the director's an asshole, he fucked this game up.
yep.
It's like, oh my god.
It's actually at a 53.
Yeah, like I mean, it ruined my
That's tough.
fantasy critic.
Yeah, that because what that's a negative 27.
I
Yeah,
mean, it
that's
was
insane.
like all I needed it to do was be like
Oh,
an 80 something.
fine.
I would have won that league that year, and it
Yeah,
was just like no, the complete opposite happened. It was my last pickup. It was deep in the year. I waited all year. I was like, Bop, I'm gonna trust you on this one. Nope, didn't work.
and Golf Story's an 81, so it's not like
Yeah,
It
I
wasn't
just needed like
unfounded.
I
yeah,
literally needed like 8 to 10 points. That's all I needed.
yeah,
That's insane.
yeah.
Well, boys, that's a fun topic. Glad to reminisce about Sports Story because I remember that was Bob's personality for a while.
I mean,
And
that was my like my Hades 2 or my Silk Song was Sports Story, and for it to
oh yeah,
just absolutely flop was heartbreaking.
that's brutal. Let's get into the news. Like I said, a lot of stuff to talk about, and I have the Sony corner here. A lot of stuff in the PlayStation world today, so I'm glad we have Bob here, the big PlayStation expert.
Yep.
First and foremost, State of Play. We got an announcement for the State of Play returns on June 2nd. So this was posted on May 20th. About a 2 week heads up of the State of Play. So straight up announced 2 weeks beforehand. The over hour long show includes an extended look at Marvel's Wolverine, plus news and updates on upcoming PS5 games. And I think they even mentioned in the blog special Alamo Drafthouse State of Play viewings. We're excited to be announcing with our friends at Alamo Drafthouse in the United States to host special live watch party viewings of the State of Play stream on June 2nd. Tickets will be free but limited, so head over to this Alamo Drafthouse website to learn how to grab a ticket for one of the locations below. One of those locations, guys, Dallas Fort Worth. There's an Alamo Drafthouse right next to me, like
I know
10
you should
minutes
go.
away, and I'm like, oh. And then I tried to go on the website and it kept taking me to the Brooklyn location. It's like, I don't fucking live in Brooklyn. And I assume it's like, okay, it's sold out. So I could not get in there. But it's whatever, because we're going to get theater reactions. You know for a fact people are going to sneak in cameras and like view in case something really hype happens. Or if nothing hype happens, then you get the post show like, damn, that shit sucked from the audience. Who knows? I will say you should be hyped for this. This is the June state of play. This is usually one of their big ones. Last state of play was amazing, and I think PlayStation understands, especially with this being in the first one in the theaters, um, and the fact that it's like announced 2 weeks beforehand. First of all, Showcase is dead. PlayStation Showcase is dead. I think we already knew that, Fusion. We've been talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that for so long, but it's like this is obvious. Like this could have been a Showcase probably announcement. They're like, we're done with that. It's state of play now. And then second of all, I just think with all this, I'm like, yeah, you should have high expectations, and if it fails to deliver, it fails to deliver. We should talk shit.
Yeah, I think for one, the fact that Paris Lilly got an invite, that Xbox man
Yeah, that's weird.
himself. No, he actually gets a lot of stuff from PlayStation. I know Gary Whitta will give him shit because like Gary will be like, "I'm more PlayStation than you are, and PlayStation sends me nothing." um, the theater stuff is interesting. I was watching Kind of Funny Games Daily when this dropped, and they were talking. Andy was saying like he hopes either there's like two things this way. It's like either for the every state of play in the future now forever they're gonna do the theater, or every June they'll do the theater experience. You can't have it though
Mhm.
where it's like every once in a while you do the theater because then it sets a precedent that this show's bigger than the rest. You know what I mean? Kind of like
Yeah.
you took away the showcase name for a reason because you didn't want to have like one of these shows being worth watching more than the others. If you have a theater like this time and it's a really good show, and then like a theater happened in September, and you just keep doing the theater, that's fine. But if you're gonna throw these theaters in there without like a routine, I think that could get really sloppy. I hope it is just kind of every time. Like I think that would be cool. Or if it's every June, like that's my two options. Like either make this every time or make it every summer. Kind of like bring back E3 in a way where obviously they're not on stage, they're not doing that whole thing anymore. But at least every summer we know they're doing a little bit of fan service because PlayStation hasn't done fan service in a very long time, like a very
Oh
very long
yeah.
time. Ever since PSX died, they don't do any of these stuff anymore, which really is disappointing. It really sucks to see. If there's like if I had an Alamo in like my area in Ohio, I would probably go honestly. As nerdy as it sounds, like I think it would be a cool experience just to go and like see the experience. But yeah, we don't got one over here. I don't think anyone's even close, so I won't be
I don't
going. But
think you would have been able to get it. That's the thing, man. It
true,
seems
that
like
is
this ticket sold out
that's true.
immediately.
And it was free, so like there's literally no con, other than
Yeah.
Bob was saying like people will probably smell, which is probably true. But like
I
there's
don't
like
think
no
it was bad
con to like
smells.
yeah, they like show up and like be there with other PlayStation fans and like watch something. I think that'd be really cool. Paying for it, that'd be a different story. If you paid for something and it was like
I think I'd
trash,
still
I
pay
don't
for it.
know.
I think even if it was bad, I think I'd pay for it just because it's like, hey, you get to see big video game trailers on the big screen. And it's like the Alamo Drafthouse is a cool experience. I wonder if they're gonna do anything like cool. Like they usually do like really cool like pre-screenings for when they do like big anniversary stuff like this.
Mhm.
So it'd be interesting. But otherwise, yeah. No, I get what you mean. It's like paying $60, it's like, oh my god, I just watched a gotcha game trailer.
Yeah, like especially like a normal state of play. Granted, state of play's been pretty good in recent years. Like since we've been saying since like 2024, they've
Yeah.
been pretty handily. Something like February was amazing. Like that's maybe the best state of play they've put out. So like if it was that
Mhm.
level and you paid money, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like it was worth it. But if it was something like pre 2024 and you paid money, I would be pissed. Like I'd be
Yeah.
furious. Also, real quick, just a shout out. I don't think it's anything, and I'm not going far back to know exactly, but it's weird. Not weird. I've just noticed that from this blog post where they say games coming to PS5, the last two state of plays they don't say anything about just the PS5 in there. Which I don't know if that. Obviously, we're probably going to see games that come to PC, but I wonder if that fits into that whole thing of them not being on PC anymore, and
Well, I think it's
they're
also
fully like
PSVR too.
yeah, where it's like they're fully just say they put PS5 in that headline for this, where like the last two state of plays don't say that. Like the last state of play said, get ready to watch an overview of games, news, and updates from developers across the globe. Like I just think it's interesting that they threw on PS5 on there, which I don't know, they could mean
Mhm.
nothing because again, I'm not going back to look at all the state of play headlines, but it's weird when you think
I
about
mean,
their
they
PC
usually
market.
always throw in something like, and also PSVR 2, and it's like one
Hmm.
PSVR 2 game. So like, I think you're on something where it's like, wow, they didn't even mention it this time. Interesting, man. Uh, Yeah, I am curious what the kind of like contents within this are going to entail, considering that I feel like we kind of have a decent roadmap of what's ahead. So it's almost like, okay, what are we going to get updated on? Now, we know about Wolverine. That's going to be there for sure. I, I'll ask you guys, are you excited to see more Wolverine? Because like I'm interested in this game a lot, but it's also like I don't know if I'd necessarily say I'm excited for it, and I'm wondering if this would like sell me on it more.
Not only am I excited, I've been very vocal that I need a actual deep dive in the Wolverine. I understand we already got like a pretty chunky trailer the last time they showed it, but and I know I do trust Insomniac, but it's like we still don't really know what this game is. I understand it's Wolverine, and I understand you don't need to be sold much on it, but I would still like to know like how this game actually like is about, what the kind of level is it mission based? Is it open world? Like, I think there's a lot of like small questions I would like to be answered that would actually lead me to be more excited. Because right now it's kind of like, yeah, we're just running off the assumptions that Wolverine's a cool IP and a cool character. The gameplay did look good from what we saw, but it wasn't much, and we all trust Insomniac. But I would like to actually see what the product is.
Yeah, I'm with Bob there. Where like I'm excited just because again I like Wolverine, I like Marvel, I like Insomniac, but I also want to see more of this game because I want to see how the world works. Like from what we know, this isn't going to be an open world Wolverine game. Like we're going to have hub cities and like we're moving to different parts around the world. It's like I want to see how that works. Like I want to see how we're getting to point A to point B, and that's all things I'm hoping they're showing at this state of play because they kind of have to. But also, I just want raw gameplay. Like we've had clips and like from
Yeah.
that last trailer where it's just like we've seen gameplay, but we haven't seen an actual just like the last time we saw Spider-Man 2. I want something like that where it's like you literally just run me through for the next 10, 15 minutes a mission in this game. How is this game gonna work? That's what I want from this.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you guys are saying. It's just like it's time just to see like some true raw, hey, here's what this game looks like, get excited type vibe, which I think this game's gonna really hit. I'm just like I don't know, I'm not like anticipating edge of my seat excited. And I wonder if this like showing will be like, oh now I'm like, give this to me right now. And yeah, I mean I'm with you guys. So it's like I do trust Insomniac. I think Insomniac knows what they're doing. They understand the superhero licensing and these superhero licensed games to more than pretty much anyone else in the industry right now, especially after Rocksteady fucked up Suicide Squad. It's like, yeah, they're probably just the premier superhero game studio, which kind of sucks for like someone like me who really does love when they experiment, try new things, and especially like really liking Ratchet and Clank. But it's also like, hey, you know what? This is working out for them clearly, and also it's probably making them 10 times more money than they used to. So they're kind of right now the premier PlayStation studio. But to ask about another PlayStation studio, I'll ask you, Fusion, directly. Intergalactic. Any chance we see it here, or is it like, nah, we still waiting?
Um, in my opinion, there's zero chance. But I've seen people
Mm.
speculate online, like, especially in the Reddit, and some Naughty Dog fans like think it's gonna be here, but no, I don't. Like in my head, could it like could we see that game this summer? Maybe. Like, and Naughty Dog plays really nice with Jeff, so maybe this is a Summer Game Fest thing. But like, I think we will not see Intergalactic till September or after. Like, I think they want Wolverine out there. I think they want to get all this other stuff out there. I think they want to announce the God of War game. They want that all out there before we see the next Intergalactic. I could see that September state of play, perhaps, but like I'm looking at that September state of play, the Game Awards area. I would be concerned, like, but we have to see it because I fully believe it's next year. It's like, so I do think we'll see it this year. I just think it's too early in the year for it this time.
Totally get that. Yeah, it's just like one of those cases where it very easily, as you say, like could appear just like, hey, here's like kind of a quick snippet of gameplay, or here's like a little narrative trailer with like gameplay at the end, or some small thing like that. But it's also like if it is coming out, assumedly next year and most likely late in the year, it's just a case of no need to talk about it right now.
Yeah,
Which,
like that. That's where I'm at. Where it's like, don't talk about till this upcoming fall, because then when you say it's fall of 2027, because that's my assumption is this is going to be holiday game next year. you want to talk about it about a year beforehand. You don't want to talk about it now and
Yeah.
be like, see it in 18 months compared to see it in 12 months.
One game I do believe is most likely going to be here is the Cory Balrog game. I always forget Balrog or Barlog.
Barlog.
Balrog is Lord of the Rings.
Gotcha.
That'd be cool
Balrog is
though.
Lord of the Rings, so it's Barlog.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Cory Barlog game. I assume this is going to be here. It's the Faye game. I'll be honest, I'm not really excited for it at all, just because it's like, oh, another God of War game. Okay, but that's a franchise where I'm like, I could do it. I could take a break from it. we don't need another one so soon. But let me miss it. But I guess PlayStation's like, no, you're getting more God of War. And hey, I mean, Cory Barlog knows his stuff. I'm gonna play it no matter what. I think he's gonna make a banger still, even if I'm not necessarily hyped for it.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Where like for years we were speculating, like hoping it was something else, like from Cory Barlog. We wanted like a sci-fi game or something, just something different.
Yeah.
But it's still at the end of the day Cory Barlog's game, and that enough for me is like he just makes some of my favorite games of all time. Like I'm going to be there for it, and I'm excited either way. I'm excited to see the differences between this and a God of War 2018 like type of style. Because
Mm-hmm.
from the rumors we know it's supposed to be more action, more hack and slash. Like I just want to see like how they're gonna mix it up because we know a new God of War with Kratos is going to come.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, what is he going to do to really like sell this game to make it be like, hey, God of War fans, you're gonna like. I'm just curious. Is like, can you make someone like me who's a little burnt out on that franchise be really hyped for it?
Yeah,
I trust him. He knows what he's doing. Uh, any other PlayStation first parties I'm not thinking of right now? When you did bring up Fusion Media Molecule,
I would
it
love that.
it's very possible. I think it's about time for them to show up in some way because you want to inspire confidence. It's like, no, we're not getting shut down, guys. Like, there's a reason we've like avoided the layoffs and like studio closures. Is because we're making this, and whatever it is, it's got to be a banger.
Did you watch the Mid Max show? Because I don't
No, I
know.
haven't.
Because what I'm about to say, grain of salt, I have no idea. I literally read it on Reddit this morning when someone was talking about the state of play. That they said on a Mid Max show that Ben Hansen um
Yeah,
got invited for a demo recently for a PlayStation game from a studio that we haven't heard from for a while. And like
oh, interesting.
a lot of people were talking about Media Molecule, and apparently on the show he also said something about like he speculated that Media Molecule game could be a one more thing for the state of play. So I don't know if he would have said that if he did play a demo for a Media Molecule game. Like it doesn't add up
I,
to me, but
yeah,
that's
that's
just
that's
a
my
bunch of weird.
thing.
I don't watch MinMax at all, but that was just something I read on Reddit, and I
No,
assume they weren't lying about it, but I don't know.
no, that's a fair thing. It's definitely possible that he kind of like gives it off as an off comment of like, oh, maybe it ends on Media Molecule, and maybe it's internally he's like, maybe I shouldn't have said that because I did mention that earlier. But also, I feel like Ben's smarter than that to just like
Yeah,
outright state
but there
like,
has exactly, but there has been times where Ben's like not slipped up, but he says more than I feel like he should sometimes. At least from what
yeah,
I
no,
don't
fair.
watch the show, but like I've seen Twitter clips of like he knows a lot, but he never talks
Oh,
about it. I feel like you know what I mean. Where it's like he's one of the guys who actually has a lot of insight in the industry and knows a bunch of things. He just never usually says anything, but when he does say something, it's pretty cool. So it's like I just wanted to throw that out there because again I don't watch the show, but I saw the people talking about it.
no, that's a good thing to throw out. I mean, what other studio could it be really? Like all the other ones are just too early in development or the game's already released. So
Let's
then
get Ben
it's like,
out there somehow.
yeah,
Ben
I mean,
Studios.
they effectively restarted development, so it's definitely not Bend. Am I not thinking of a studio? Valkyrie Entertainment. Maybe that's it. The support studio. They're ready to make a new game. I don't know. And thinking about it, I would probably put it on Media Molecule. That's probably the most likely thing. Which, hey, that's hype. I really love Little Big Planet, so like a new Media Molecule game is very exciting to me.
I still I
Any
don't
other
know.
PlayStation studios? I'm trying to think.
Nope,
I
they're
think
all
we got
dead.
them.
They killed them
Yeah,
all.
they're
At least
either
the one
dead
like
or they haven't released anything.
freaking Team Asobi, it's been 2 years. It's too early, you know what I mean? Like, Ben, no freaking, who knows?
Oh wait, you
San
know what,
Diego's a.
Fusion? We technically haven't heard from Haven in a while.
I was just
So
saying,
like,
that's why I was saying I didn't want to ruin the news story that comes up, but I'm like, Haven will be there, it seems. So,
yeah, I mean, we could bring that up right now, actually. So Sony trademarks new game called Break In ahead of PlayStation State of Play. Tom Henderson at Insider Gaming. The new trademark for Break In was filed on May 20th, 2026, suggesting that the new game could be revealed at the State of Play event. But what is it? As expected, speculation is already running rampant online, but we think it's probably Haven Studios Fair Games. See, Tom Henderson doesn't know ball. He put the dollar sign. He doesn't have the dollar sign anymore, according to Jason Schreier.
you see, even
So
he forgot, man.
yeah, really. Which almost certainly wants a rebrand following its disastrous reveal trailer. Insider Game also covered the game in April after we learned that the game is still struggling to find the fun in playtests. Uh, yeah, it's very possible, Fusion, that we see Fair Games here. Or not, sorry, Break In, which I'm going to say it. Fair Games is a bad title. I think Break In is somehow worse.
Yeah, not my favorite title. And apparently, like I was like Kyle Bosman's show this morning, delayed input, and he was saying,
Yeah.
or maybe I forget if he was saying it. Someone said that like there was a mode in this game called Break In at a point. So it's like you're gonna name your game after a mode? Like, come on.
I mean, there's a lot of games with like modes that are just the title of the game, but like I get where it's just like, wow, the creativity is just not there anymore
Yeah,
for
Breakin's
y'all.
not great. I mean, Fair Games also wasn't great, and Breaking probably is a better title. Like, it's a better title for what the game's going for, but doesn't mean it's a good title.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's like you have to change the title. At the end of
Oh
the day,
yeah, they have
people
to.
associate Fair Games with garbage. Like everyone hates that reveal. Everyone is like kind of preying on this game's downfall. Whether you think that's fair or not, like that's a whole nother story. But it's just a case of like there's so much bad mojo around the Fair Games IP. I think you just have to say, you know what, we're changing the title, something else. You know what though? I don't know how this game is still alive. I'll be real. I have no fucking clue. You lost all your directors. You lost Jade Raymond, the person you built the studio around, and you shut down multiple PlayStation studios before it. And yet, hey, they're still living. You gotta respect that resilience. They're like a cockroach.
I'm not gonna brag yet because the game's still gonna get canceled. But for years on this podcast, I feel like I'm the only one that said this game won't get canceled. And everyone else has been telling me we're not gonna see it. It's never coming out. It's getting canceled. I've been true to my gun, saying we'll see it. We're gonna get it. But also,
It's just,
it could get
the,
canceled still.
like, okay, if the playtests were like last year though, and it was like, oh, they're struggling to find the fun, and like we're a year out, it's like, okay, maybe they figured it out. It's been a year. This was like last month. Last month they're like, man, this game still sucks. I don't know what's going on anymore. I feel like this game is destined to be garbage. And maybe, and listen, I hate being negative like that. I hate being like, oh, it's gonna be ass. I don't like that rhetoric. But also, it's like this is one of those games where I'm pretty confident it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm not highly confident at it at all, but it's just like, and there has to be at least. I would say there has to be at least something there, not to cancel it, but it could just be that thing of they're too far into development, they have to put it out there. But like, I don't know, like. So was the Last of Us project, and they canceled that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I feel like it can't just be we're too far in, we can't quit now. Like there has to be something truly here where either the bug is not as crazy as we think, and maybe it's not costing them a lot,
Mm-hmm.
or like they really do somehow got Herman Hulst on the stick, and he's like, "This game's fun as hell, boys," and everyone else is like, "Okay."
They're just lying to him. It's just like, dude, it's awesome. Like you're gonna love it. And Herman's like, yeah, okay, okay. I mean, Herman's an idiot, so he probably believes it.
Me and Bob will play it. We'll give it a shot. The
Bob is
multiplayer guys,
not
we'll
playing
play.
this, bro.
Yeah, well, he'll play it with me. He likes
Bob, will you
Payday.
play this?
Uh,
You've been
I'm
quiet,
not saying.
Bob. Curious.
you haven't called on me.
What? Future's got a lot to say, man. Okay, okay, Bob. Let's hear your thoughts on the state of play, and specifically what you think is going to be there from Sony first party studios, and then we can get into the third party stuff as well.
Yeah, I think going back to like expectations and stuff, I think Fusion is right in the sense that they have to be careful with how they are setting up expectations because I think in the past Sony hasn't done a good job of setting expectations for certain events until recently. I think the last year and a half or so of state of plays, they have been gradually building it up to be a very balanced and solid presentation for them. So the fact that they're adding in the theater things, now we're back to okay, either you're just doing this for E3 season, or you believe in this state of play for
Yeah.
specific reasons, which I think is fair. So hopefully they hit on that. I also, just like side note, think it'd be really funny if they pull like, what if they harken back to my favorite E3 presentation, 2019, and they say, "Hey guys, for this next trailer, we're going to need you to move into the theater next door. So everyone get out of your seats. Let's move into the next theater, and we'll set the scene there."
God, do you guys ever think about that? It's like, what was the strat? Like, why did they think that was a good idea?
Just a 30-minute intermission out of nowhere. It was insane.
It's
After one
ridiculous.
trailer. But
It was
anyway,
deserved. Good trailer.
yeah, it was cool. It
It's a
was
great
cool.
trailer for Last of Us 2, but it's also like,
I love rewatching the Easy Allies reacting to that because
dude, Brandon Jones'
Brandon
reaction
Jones
was
was
so funny.
there. Brandon Jones was in the audience, I'm pretty sure, or someone was in the audience, and like the boys on the desk were like, they were making fun of him because they're like, Brandon is probably, because no one knew what was happening with like the lights and
Yeah,
everything, and then
he's
the trailer hits, and
so
it's like, oh, you realize like they build it around the trailer for The Last of Us, and they're like, Brandon Jones is probably there, just like, oh wow, like it was just
yeah,
a
because he
funny
loves
reaction to see what they
production
did.
stuff. He probably is
Yeah,
so angry. uh, I mean, though, Bob, what about the other first party studios? I mean, are you on the wavelength of me and Fusion?
Yeah, for the most part, I think the only thing about God, now you got me double checking Barlog or Balrog.
Barlow.
It's tough, man. I always think of the Street Fighter character, so it's always like, oh shit, which one is he?
I think the only, like, I'm of two minds with Barlog, where it's like either they want to immediately forget about Sons of Sparta, or it's
Yeah.
been too close to Sons of Sparta. We need people to like cool off for a second before we talk about God of War again, because I think there's like, I think for the most part, people, it's so bad people have just forgotten about that game. But I think the timing there, I could see it both ways, where it's like either they could wait, or they could talk
That's
about it.
my thing, Bob. I think it's just like people forgot about it. Like the people who played
100%.
it were like, mid, bad, and then it's just like from there, people are like, whatever. Like, I'm just like that. You said Son of Sparta. I'm like, oh right, I forgot that came out this year.
Right. Exactly. So I think either way, I would be excited for what is coming next. But
Me
yeah, and then
too.
Breakin', you know, I I understand they had to change the name, because I think what you guys, it all made sense. But it's like, did ChatGPT come up with this? Like,
It's not a good name, man. It's
it's
just a
it's
really bad name.
it's just yeah, it's not. So either way, I will be very interested to see how that one plays out. But I
Like,
still like, I'm still excited for this state of play, especially because we talked about Wolverine.
mhm.
Because I just think, like, yeah, we kind of know Sony's roadmap, but we also really don't. So it would be cool, and they have played a lot of cards close to their chest, or they've talked about it at other shows. Like, I think it's easy to forget Intergalactic was not a Sony State of Play trailer.
Yeah,
That was a
that's
Game
true.
Awards trailer. And there was kind of a minute there where they weren't exactly showing off their biggest stuff at their own showcases, or events, I should say. Um,
Hmm.
and it's kind of also nice to have them around E3 again. Like, we haven't
Yeah,
really, had the big three all kind of do something within the week, and God knows how long, to a big extent. So, yeah, I think it's kind of cool to get the band back together in a
I
sense.
I do
one thing
love
is,
that it's like the same 5 days. Like it's only June
yeah,
2nd is the State of Play, Summer Game Fest is the 5th, Xbox is the 7th. Like it's just like finally we have shows in between there, PC gaming, like all this other stuff. It's like
hmm
it's finally nice to just have a week compared to usually that State of Play is 2 to 3 weeks beforehand, and you see that state of play, and then you're just sitting around for 2 weeks. You're like, well, this kind of sucks.
The only annoying thing is the current rumor for the Nintendo Direct for June is like mid-June. So it's like,
Yeah,
oh, come on, guys, just do it
I
like the
wish.
week before.
I would say they used to at E3. They used to always do that Monday, like after the weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
always like, if I remember, it was Sony was at Sunday night.
Sunday night, yeah.
Yeah, and Xbox was Sunday morning, and then like really early in the Monday morning was the Nintendo one. And I was always annoyed because I'm like, bro, come on, guys, 7 a.m. Like you couldn't do it like I don't know an hour later. But either way, it was always
And
exciting.
because Saturday was always Ubisoft, EA, and like Bethesda. I was just like, gosh, I
Yeah,
miss E3.
dude, it'd be those times where it's just like I would watch the Ubisoft show. I'm like, oh, that's kind of mid. And then there's the EA show, and then the Bethesda show, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then Xbox would keep me up. I'm like, oh wait, E3's awesome. And then Sony, oh E3's awesome. And then Nintendo, E3's awesome. It was always great that all three of the big boys were like the last ones to remind you. It's like, no, this is cool, guys.
I would say a team we didn't brand was Fire Sprite.
Yeah, I completely forgot about them. So, do you think this is Until Dawn? That is the big rumor right now.
Gosh, that game's so weird, but like for some reason, I think it's more believable that we see Fire Sprite before Media Molecule. Like,
We've
just
heard
'cause
more rumors about Fire Sprite.
yeah, I feel like there was a time where we heard a rumor where that game was supposed to come out last year. So
Yeah,
like, I don't know. It's just weird. And to Bob's point of the schedule, like we kind of, as far as we know from rumors and everything, like the schedule looks like it's gonna be Wolverine in September, and then nothing until apparently it's supposed to be that Corey Barlog's game next spring. That's what Nate the Hate was saying was like it's gonna be
yeah.
the first half of next year, and then Intergalactic, which is also an insane 3-way slate if those games all hit like they're supposed to. Wolverine into a God of War game into Intergalactic, and then like if you fill those things with like the Horizon multiplayer game and Until Dawn 2 maybe the Media Molecule game, like all this stuff, Haven's freaking break in,
We don't
like
need
Bob
to
said,
include it.
we do have some sort of timeline. We just don't have official announcements for all these rumored stuff. We don't have official dates, and we still have multiple studios like Fire Sprite, like Polyphony, like Team LFG, where we don't know anything about.
Oh yeah, Team LFG. That seems still like at least a year removed before we see anything from them.
They're gonna
The
have to go
Frog
back to
game.
Bungie to help them, apparently. So
That suck, honestly.
What about third party games?
I would say pretty safe prediction. I think we see more Castlevania.
Ooh,
I think
yeah.
that feels about right. I think Kana is also a very safe prediction.
yeah.
Get some more gameplay. This is the last state of play before it will release, so it makes sense to like hype it up one last time from the Sony side of things. What else you guys got on your mind?
Well,
I like
sorry, Fusion. I just want to make sure we bring
GTA
up.
6?
Well, no, I think if Half-Life 3 is going to be a console exclusive,
Oh
it's
my
got to
God.
be here. You know?
You will never let him live it down.
No,
I mean,
I
it was-
won't. That's the worst prediction
I
of
was
all
gonna say-
time.
love the guy, but that was one of the dumbest things a human being's ever said out loud. I mean,
Jesus Christ.
like Half-Life 3 is gonna be a PlayStation. Like what? Come on, bro.
It's insanity.
But I was
Okay,
just
aside
saying,
from Half-Life 3, though.
I was gonna say Control is a weird one to me because I'm more leaning towards it's gonna be like Jeff's show.
It's Jeff.
But
yeah.
Same.
the last big trailer was the state of play, so like it's not like they can't be here. Also, PlayStation they got Alan Wake 1. They revealed Alan Wake 1. Like, so they play very nice for Remedy as is. You know what I mean? So like I could totally see. So I could see something here where it's like because we still need to see a lot more of Control in my opinion. I could see something here where it's like PlayStation gets a trailer and then maybe Jeff gets a longer gameplay thing, or like
Yeah.
it could be at both shows. Like it's not out of the ordinary to have games at two different things. It would be a little weird because they're only 3 days apart, but like it's happened before.
Yeah, I mean, it could end with like a see more a Summer Game Fest. No, Sony would never. Sony would never.
Yeah,
promote
they would never
Summer
put
Game
that.
Fest.
Yeah, like that would be on Twitter or something. They would never put that on there. But it could be a thing where it's like maybe Sony gives us the date, like a dated trailer, and then Jeff has just pure gameplay, like something like that. I don't know.
I'll ask you guys this: do you guys think Sony holds anything for Jeff? Because they've done so in the past.
That is a good question.
Yeah, because
Maybe something like Horizon, like the Horizon multiplayer game. I could see that being
Yeah.
at Jeff's show.
We are
I
not
mean, hell,
putting this
that
in
did.
our show again.
Well, yeah, they didn't last time. They were just like, nah, this ain't even making the state of play. Here, we're gonna put this in its own trailer.
Oh yeah, I forgot. For some reason, I associated that with the state of play, but it wasn't there. That's so funny.
Like Control Dot 2? Like there's my thing now with state of play is at a point where PlayStation is never going to reveal a game at Summer Game Fest. The Game Awards maybe because we saw Intergalactic, but that was also a
They did
special year.
Lego Horizon at Summer Games Fest.
Yeah,
like
they did that. But let's say I don't think they're ever going to reveal a first-party game at Summer Game Fest. I don't think Summer Game Fest is that good yet. Like truthfully, that's just my opinion.
It
Summer Game Fest
sucks.
doesn't have the stuff. And also PlayStation, why do that when state of play is becoming so good at this point? And like you're putting game reveals. I just think it's like, is there a world where like PlayStation is like, well, we're already gonna reveal Corey's game in the state of play. Maybe not reveal. Maybe they don't want to reveal a second game at the state of play just so they don't set a precedent. You know what I mean? So more people think, kind of like Bob was saying with expectations. So they give one to Jeff. I actually think. I actually think break-in, like fair games, can maybe be a Jeff thing. I would rather see that at Jeff show than the state of play, but who knows?
Who knows, man? Any other third-party things you guys want to shout out? I think.
Oh, we haven't talked Tokon.
Oh yeah,
No,
that's
they
coming
could
out
give that
later
to
this
Jeff.
year.
They should give that to Jeff.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
That does not need to be a state of play in my opinion. I think you need more eyes on.
Well, it's interesting, Fusion, because it's like they did do a trailer recently for Tokon. I think they revealed Hulk. I think. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it too hard, but they have been like kind of. I think the whole roster has been revealed. Maybe not.
I think
don't
there's
that's
two
true.
more characters, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, like it feels right to just do it at like the state of play. I mean, they did do
Yeah.
one, have a showcase for it at the state of play, the last one. So I'm like, I get what you mean about like Jeff, like try to get as many eyes on it. But I also just think like, hey, you have this IP, you want people to associate it with PlayStation more than anything. Like you want people to think when they think of Marvel, they think of PlayStation, and I think Tokon being there would help with that.
And that's totally fair assessment. It's just like I feel like PlayStation does want to play nice with Jeff in some regards, and it's like, what do you give them? And my head immediately went to either Marvel Tokon, Marathon Season 2 trailer, like something like that, where it's like, we're not going to give you the Spider-Man release date this time, but we'll give you like one of our multiplayer things. Just I don't know.
Jeff feels like he would be the type to get annoyed if he got like the Marathon Season 2. And it's just like,
It's like
I guess. I don't know.
The thing is, he can't get that because Season 2 comes out the day of the state of play. So Marathon will 100% be at the state of play.
Yeah, true.
But also, Jeff will like shill every single what's the Chinese developer?
The Imagine Dragons game that he he hyped up.
Are
you talking about MiHoYo?
Yeah, like I mean, no, it's not MiHoYo. It's the was it Area Zero?
What am I thinking versus MiHoYo are the same. The Tencent subsidiary.
Yeah.
God, I forget their name.
But doesn't matter. But like
the show company that Tencent created, so people are like, yeah, guys, it's not Tencent.
Yeah, if he's doing that, I mean, he can't complain about Marathon.
Yeah, he just won't get it because the dates don't line up. But
yeah.
I like Jeff. He screams to me as the type to not have morals, so he doesn't really care. It's like, hey, new game, whatever. I always think about like when he's like, yeah, man, we couldn't fit everything in, and it's like you chose this, you chose to put this game in. Like there are like so many games like that where it's like you said there were like hundreds of games applied. It's like how bad were the other games if you chose this one?
Right. I get to Silent Hill. That Townfall.
Oh yeah, Townfall. Yeah, that 100%. I feel
and maybe my problem now is I just don't want this state of play to be that February one 2.0. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't want to just see the same games we saw and you get cool, give them release dates. That's awesome. But I also just don't want like that exact showcase again. Like we saw those games 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So it's like I'm hoping. We'll obviously get more, but I'm hoping it's not like all the third-party stuff or it's just Konami again and China. Like I just don't want. I don't want a situation like that. Which it probably won't be that way, but who knows?
I think there'll be a lot of stuff in between to fill out those gaps to where it won't just feel like the February State of Play 2.0.
I have a couple to run down and see what you guys think. I mean, this goes against your point, Fusion, but the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2.
No, you don't need to say anything more. Like,
Okay.
we got everything we need.
um,
So I sorry to shut you down so quickly, Bob.
no, you're good. I know how you feel about it. Phantom Blade Zero.
Be still
I can
my
see that
beating
one.
heart. Oh, I hope. I want to see as much as possible.
The thing is, though, it's been at so many Jeff shows, but it's also been at so many Sony shows. So it's like,
It feels like a kind of a slutty game. It'll be at both shows.
yeah, it's at any show that takes them. But I can 100% see them, man. That's a good call.
Oh,
Metro.
this might be on Metro. That's Xbox. I feel like
Xbox
has
did.
marketing. For
Xbox did do that whole thing with them, but
Yeah.
it
Oh
also
yeah,
was
you're right.
it was watched more on the PlayStation YouTube channel. So-
Yeah, but like, I hate to be that guy. I think all trailers are going to be viewed more on the PlayStation.
That's probably
YouTube
true, but I guess, since Xbox just did like an entire event with them, what were they calling it now? Xbox First Look, like it's a brand new name of theirs. I doubt they turn around a month later and be like, "Now we're at the PlayStation show," but
You
can't
never
roll
know.
it out, I guess.
Like, this might be on your list, Bob, but like one I'm actually very confident in that I forgot to bring up, Onimusha. I think we get a date. And I think it is at PlayStation. It could be at SGF too, but feels more likely at PlayStation where you get that date.
I was thinking Jeff's show for that one, but yeah, I mean, I could see it.
Yeah, it could be at either one.
Yeah.
Gosh, this
What
is why
else we got?
Summer Game Fest is so weird.
The Summer Game Fest feels like the scraps.
And
of,
that's
like,
what because like
what's not at State of Play or Xbox.
that's the thing, being so like literally in the middle of a PlayStation show and a Xbox show. It's like Summer Game Fest. I'm always excited for it, but in recent years, I think it's just continues to get worse, and I think it's because PlayStation shows and Xbox shows have gotten better, and it's like
100%.
as a company, as a publisher, if PlayStation or Xbox reaches out to you, you're going to go there over Jeff. No offense to Jeff, but Summer Game Fest just right now isn't a TGA level. Like this is different than me. Like if Jeff's reaching out to you for the Game Awards, this is him reaching out for you for Summer Game Fest, and it's like he's not a publisher himself, so he's not having like first party only games at Summer Game. You know what I mean? They're just it's a weird spot where he's playing the role of E3 if E3 hosted their own conference themselves, if that makes sense. It's just it's just a little weird to me. But anyways, Bob, you can continue your list.
Oh, you're good. Okay, so I don't think Galactic Racer would show up, but what about Zero Company?
Dude, I would love that.
It feels like SGF, honestly.
I could see Zero Company showing up.
I feel like Jeff would really want a Star Wars game at his show, and he would
I
take
agree.
Zero Company.
Do we see? Okay, all right. Because we haven't. There is one third-party publisher we have not talked about yet, and I do think it's because it's not going to show up here. Not talking about that game, but what about Kingdom Hearts 4?
I was thinking about this.
That's why you put these seats in theaters. That's a good
Right, like that's the kind of game that would get a pop off.
I don't believe in any Square game ever coming out, and I'm not saying that to be like anti-Square.
Hold on,
but like
we got Elliot in a month or two.
I'm actually excited for that game.
Will that game be here? That's probably good.
No, that's Nintendo.
It's a little close, yeah, and it's also been at Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, real talk though, Bob. It feels like Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm tired of predicting it. Like I'm done predicting that game. It reveals when it reveals. Whatever. It's just like there's certain games. I'm just like I'm done.
I mean, it's a good call though because again, like maybe we're buying too much into the theater presence and inviting people out to see it and stuff. But like, there has to be a decently sized big third party game in my opinion here.
Yeah.
And it's Kingdom Hearts is one of those premier like third party games you could name that would be like, yes, this is what something wants to watch in a theater.
But why would they bring Kingdom Hearts when they could instead bring Final Fantasy VII Part 3?
No, that's Jeff all the way. I refuse to believe that's going to be here. Just because because they showed up.
I'm just curious.
No, you're good. But like, it's because he got all of the trailers for Rebirth. Like he got one at Summer Games Fest, he got one at the Game Awards, and I think also too we've seen the director be like, "Yeah, we really want this game everywhere. We kind of hate that we did the exclusivity with Sony," and I think that relationship has kind of soured the longer the contract has gone on.
And I think knowing
they
this
did a
game is
demo.
probably day and date everywhere is you don't want to have the announcement at a PlayStation show. Just to, you know what I mean? It could cause confusion. Be
That's
like,
fair.
well, is this game, you know what I mean? Is this game day and date on Xbox? Is this day and date on PC? Is this another exclusive where it's like, if you do it like Jeff's show, you're going to be allowed to put the Xbox logo up there. You do it at the PlayStation show, the Xbox logo ain't showing up, pal. So, like,
it's so funny because it's like we're predicting part 3 at the SGF and we're doing Kingdom Hearts 4 at PlayStation. And I feel like for years, Kingdom Hearts fans were like, oh, that's going to be at Jeff's show. And then like part 3 would be revealed at a PlayStation show. So we're just doing the inverse now. It's just crazy how much things have changed.
Now, guys.
Okay, let's hear it.
This isn't a game prediction, but I hadn't had this thought ever until now.
It's an original thought.
If part 3 really is multi-plat day 1.
Oh, it 100% is.
Ben's just playing that game on PC.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
After all of the hype of that game on PlayStation, he's playing the finale on PC. That's just a really funny thought to me.
That is quite silly. And he'll be hyped about the non-path tracing in Unreal Engine.
Yeah. the last game I got here. What? Oh yeah, it is still on. Yes, they are.
Okay, cool. That's actually good.
And thankfully UE4 does have some path tracing integration, but not like UE5 does.
Okay, I gotta be real. What's path tracing? You guys always say path tracing. I never know what it means.
It's a more advanced level of ray tracing.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
The last two I got here, Resonance, Plague Tale Legacy. No, I don't think so. But
I think that would be Xbox.
And then this one would pop me. Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief.
Yeah, you seem like an Ace Combat guy. Are you?
Yeah, no, I really, I mean, listen, I got a flight stick, buddy. You think I'm not fucking with Ace Combat?
Okay, that's a fucking guy. I was wanting to play those games. Yeah, Ace Combat 8 sounds about right. I mean, we got it revealed at TGA. Didn't they say it's releasing this year? So, like,
I think so, yeah.
You got to show it somewhere, and I think State of Play makes sense.
That'd be a cool one. I'd pop for that.
I'm going to say one last thing before we move on.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say GTA. I just want to talk for a second about GTA.
All right,
I'm not going to predict it's going to be here, but we know Sony has marketing. At what point does Sony get to market it? You know what I mean? Like,
I think Sony's ability to market it is you get to put a PlayStation logo at the end of the trailers. That's what Sony's marketing is. It's not, hey, put it in a State of Play. Rockstar's like, no, fuck you. We do it on our own.
And I'll bring it. I'm not going to say the guy's name because I don't care about the leaker that much. And he was right about the Best Buy thing last week, where he told everyone beforehand the Best Buy thing was fake. It's not happening. He said something. Binks, I didn't even read it yet, but Binks added me yesterday about something where it's like, he said GTA 6 trailer will be next week, like this Tuesday, and then there will also be something in a State of Play. That's the only world where I could see this being possible, is that we have to see the next GTA trailer before the State of Play for GTA to show up in the State of Play, if that makes sense.
Agreed. Like, no, I agree.
PlayStation won't get the next reveal trailer, but they could get something for GTA 6 if another trailer is next week.
That's the thing that I think one of the headlines for GTA kind of disprove that it's going to be the trailer next week.
Oh yeah, about the summer thing? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But... So, yeah. I'll throw one thing out there. Do you guys think we get a new controller?
Oh, we're going to get a Wolverine. Oh, like an
updated Pro?
No, and just a new controller color.
Oh, like a design? A really ugly one that I'm going to hate? Yeah.
Wolverine for sure, right?
This guy, Bob, you don't get to speak. I saw the Forza controller.
Dude, yeah, it's way better than what Marathon put out. Are you kidding me?
No.
I'll say of the two, I like the Marathon one more.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really like either, but
that's insane.
The Forza one, I'm just like, you puked on it. It's like, I don't want that.
No. I didn't know the squiggly line was a track until recently.
Yeah, you don't know ball. That's not my problem. Now, okay,
No.
I was going to talk about this later, but I'll just put this in now. The Horizon 6 controller doesn't have the good grips from the 5 controller. It just has the normal ones. That actually pisses me off.
That's why you gotta stick to the Forza Horizon 5 controller, man.
I think I might. I legitimately might be moving back because I play so much of this game and my hands get sweaty.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. No. I'm excited for the state of play. I think it's gonna be a really good one. I have no doubt, or I have no reason to go like, don't get too excited. I keep saying that, like from even our people, just like, don't get too excited, guys. You know, this could be mid, like a lot of state of plays. And it's like, guys, like the quality of state of play has been more consistent more than ever. And like, I'm letting myself be excited for this. Maybe it sucks. I don't care. Whatever. I let myself be happy for a couple weeks. Who cares?
I would say, and the last one was awesome, legit awesome.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that last
it
one
was
was so cool. So
That was a top tier state of play.
I like just seeing Wolverine. I know you're a little lower on it, Wolf, but like just to see that in the first 15 minutes, I'm like, that's exciting to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I'm like, obviously I want more, and I do hope Corey Barlog's game there and multiple other stuff. But like, if I can just get 15 minutes of seeing Wolverine, like I'm cool.
Let's move into our next story. It's still in the PlayStation world. We've been yapping a while, but hey, we're gonna keep.
we
yapping.
spent an
Don't worry,
hour on that.
I mean, we had the icebreaker too, but yeah, no, it's very funny. Fan favorite PS3 adventure game might be revived on PS5. This from Zarmena Khan over at PlayStation Lifestyle. I never used this site, but like no one else was reporting this, so I'm like, okay. Rumor has it that Sony has tasked one of the PlayStation studios with bringing a pair of popular PS3 action adventure games to PS5. Being Infamous. The rumor comes from Video Games Chronicles' Jordan Midler, who revealed in a recent podcast that he believes an Infamous project is in development at PlayStation, but not at Sucker Punch. When pushed to elaborate by Kinda Funny Games' Greg Miller, Miller reveals that he was specifically told by a source at one point that an Infamous revival was in the works, and it was implied that Sony is remaking the first 2 games. Midler did warn that things could change. After all, Sony did gut some studios, including Bluepoint, and canceled dozens of projects over the last year or so, but hasn't stopped fans from getting their hopes up. And it's interesting that Midler actually specifically stated he didn't write an article on this because he only had one source. So that tells me that this is a very possible thing. It feels obvious to me, like, hey, remake the first 2 Infamous games on modern consoles. Like, you cannot play those games at all on PS5, so it just makes sense to bring them back in some way. And hey, they're also pretty awesome video games. I really love those first 2 games. So I believe that this is definitely something that at one point was in development and very much could still be. The question is when we'll get it, when it will be revealed, any of that. I'm curious if you guys have any thoughts on this specifically.
I want to start off with a few things. First, last year, Andy Robinson, if you remember, also said PlayStation was going to revive old IP. So now we have Andy Robinson saying this. We have Midler saying this. Nate the Hate has said this. We know God of War remakes are coming. At this point, I have no reason not to believe that this shouldn't be true. You know what I mean? Whereas like we've had way too many people. Now I'm pretty sure even Grub at one point probably said something about this. But it's the fact that it's like these are people who like these aren't just random leakers that have no reputation. A lot of these people aren't even leakers. They're like actual journalists in the industry who have sources, have been saying this for the last year. And it's like maybe they were just talking about that God of War stuff, and maybe it is just God of War and Infamous. But the one thing that just doesn't make any sense is why do you kill Bluepoint if this is the plan you're going with? You know what I mean? The best remake studio in the world. But my pushback to that, we'll see if this ever comes to light and Infamous is true. I am so interested if this is an in-house remake. Because if it is, then you can point out God of War remakes are in-house. If Infamous is in-house, and they shut down Bluepoint, it could be.
It's not in-house. I think it's said right here.
Oh yeah.
In development at PlayStation, but not at Sucker Punch. That's what Jordan Midler said.
Oh yeah.
Just
I'm
wanted
gonna
to
believe he's
clarify.
lying.
I'm sorry.
No. But
No,
I
I just wanted to clarify. That's it.
yeah, that's good. Because my theory was gonna be, okay, you want this stuff in-house to help, for one, get the studios working on more than one thing every 7 years, and remakes are a very easy way to put out games in between your larger games. And for two, remakes are awesome at onboarding new talent for your teams. So it's like I was thinking maybe this is going to be a whole thing with Sony where they're like, okay, we want all these remakes in house now, so that we can onboard talent, people can work with the engines, work on these franchises before they were making our big new stuff. Maybe that's just copium and hopeful, and it probably is at this point because Sucker Punch has been on record saying they're not going to work on Infamous or Sly ever again. But also, they just deleted that article. Why would you delete that article? I don't know. That's a little weird.
Yeah, that was a peculiar one.
That's a little suspicious to delete the article saying that you're never going to work on these IPs again. Why would you need to do that? So yeah, I was.
That was always a weird article to me because it was just like, why would you just say it's like we're never doing this again? It's like,
Yeah.
you never know.
So again, that's just my like tinfoil hat theory right now. Is I think maybe, and that's why Bluepoint wasn't as valuable as Sony is anymore because they're like, we'll do remakes, we're gonna bring back our old IPs, but we want our studios working like in-house studios working on them.
I don't
Which,
get that strategy.
yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because I do hope in some form that they start giving these IPs to third-party stuff, not named freaking Mega Cat Studios. Never give them anything again. But like, it would be nice to see more Sony old IP thrown to like third-party studios that would love to work on it. I promise you, there was hundreds and thousands of studios around the world that would love to work on Jack and Daxter or whatever out there. They would do these things. So it's like It's just the fact that we're now. This is like the third time we've heard about old PlayStation IP coming back. That I fully believe there is some type of thing happening behind the scenes at Sony that we're gonna finally, after decades of asking, get these IP.
Yeah. No, it's like you look at like a lot of these like indie developers making like 3D platformers, and I play them, and I'm just like, bro, give these guys like Sly Cooper. Like they could make a new Sly Cooper, and it would bang. Like I don't understand the in the like inability to allow another developer to work on this game. Now, of course, you got to vet them. We don't want another Mega Cat situation, but like, I just feel like it's like you see some of these games and the quality of them. It's like we're not doing anything with this IP. It's literally sitting there collecting dust. Let's fund a new Sly Cooper game. It will barely cost us any money, and we'll immediately make that money back on return. It just feels obvious to me, but Herman Holst, I don't know. I just don't trust him with anything.
Little Big Planet. If that is what Media Molecule is working on, that's another one of an old IP. You know what I mean? So it's like it's adding up here with all the rumors, everything like that. I'm going to believe Midler on this, and I hope it's true because I've never played Infamous, and I would love a remake of the first two games. Like
amazing games.
Like I this is something I want for PlayStation. I want the new IP, I want the new stuff, but I also you have maybe the richest outside of Nintendo IP pool out there, out just entertainment in general. It's like the fact that we've went decades without a lot of this stuff is crazy to me.
They have way too many IP to just sit on and do nothing.
Way too many.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I hope that's true too, because I do.
Like we got Xbox trying to give us Perfect Dark, and we can't even get friggin' Sly Cooper back, or like anything.
Okay, but like we know how it worked with Perfect Dark, but like
no, it should have worked. I was so excited for that game. It's Bob's fault that it died.
That's crazy.
But it's
Bob,
also
you play
just
too much Forza. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. It's crazy though that through all of this, they're going to shut down Bluepoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
I like what is the initiative here?
The Bluepoint shutdown, Bob, is like truly like top 3 dumbest decisions Sony has made this generation. Like easily.
Maybe ever.
Yeah, it's close to ever.
I don't know. Maybe not ever for top 3, because like
yeah, I'm gonna say that, but top 10 maybe.
Top 10 definitely. The live service push is definitely top 3 of all time, though. That's definitely. It's just that you look at these decisions, and I'm just I'm like, Herman Holst, man, he still has a job. I want him out of there more than anything.
There's a world where like somehow they make Nixus, like if Nixus remakes a game, like,
that'd be crazy.
I'm sure it'll be fine, but like imagine they're just like, hey, we're gonna shut down Bluepoint and Nixus will be the new Bluepoint. And it's like
Nixus is like, what the hell, dude?
Like they just get the remakes now because like the PlayStation still has multiple support teams on there that could hypothetically make a remake, but it's like you shut down the best remake team in the world.
And my favorite thing, Fusion, is like a lot of the cope from like the diehard Sony fans who were like, oh, well, like Bluepoint was suggesting really dumb ideas like this Shadow of the Colossus thing or whatever. You're Sony. Tell them no and say, okay, you're working on this. Fuck you. You don't get to choose anymore because you're pitching dumb ideas. Fine, we'll pitch for you. Make a remake of this game. But we don't want. Shut up. We own you. You want to get shut down? Like, that's my fucking thing. It's like you own them.
Yeah.
We're too nice to game developers. I hate game developers.
That's crazy. They should be locked in a room and never fed.
True. No, I'm kidding. Speaking of Herman Hulst, I was talking about him earlier. PlayStation boss says single-player games won't come to PC going forward. This is Jordan Midler at VGC. Earlier this year, Bloomberg, citing people familiar with Sony's plans, claimed that the company was pulling back from its plans to release its upcoming exclusives on PC, with future single-player games set to become PS5 exclusives. The report claimed that while Ghost of Tsushima eventually got a PC port a few years after its release on PlayStation consoles, its sequel, Ghost of Yotei, won't be coming to PC after plans for a port were scrapped earlier this year. And then Jason Schreier put on recently, PlayStation Studio business CEO Herman Hulst told staff in a town hall Monday morning that the company's narrative single-player games will now be a PlayStation exclusive, confirming Bloomberg's report earlier this year. I'm not surprised at all. I think Jason Schreier has really strong reporting skills and sourcing to know that, like, when he said, hey, they're not going to bring games to PC anymore, I didn't take that as a, well, you know, it's a grain of salt. I'm like, no, it's Jason Schreier. He's probably right. And now we got this official confirmation from Herman Hulst specifically saying it's like, yeah, we're done with like the PC experiment, which personally for me, I think is a good thing. I'm not trying to be like PC gamers don't deserve games. Listen, guys, you guys get like double the games as us, okay? It's more so the fact that I think exclusives sell consoles, and if they want to sell more consoles, you got to stop like just sharing the wealth. I think you keep the multiplayer games on PC. It obviously makes sense to release those on that platform because that's where you're going to get a lot more engagement, especially for something like a marathon. And Marvel Token, I think, is also going to benefit from something like that. But yeah, in general, I think this is just makes sense, understandable decision in my eyes. I'm curious what you two think about this specifically, especially like right after Soros came out.
Like Bob to publicly apologize on the podcast.
Oh, here we go.
Because he's been saying for a long time, he's like, PlayStation, they're going to go day and date. There's no way they pull out a PC, bro. They can't leave the sales of Steam. They'll never do it.
But who said
and now
this?
we're here. Bob said this.
Oh, Bob.
A lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, for months.
It's a dumb decision.
For
Look
months,
how many copies fucking Soros sold. This is stupid.
They would have sold 5 more on PC.
That's so
Bob,
not true.
That's
I really
true,
don't
Bob.
think they would have sold that much more.
Look at the PlayStation. Like, look at how the PlayStation releases do on PC, and tell me, like, it's
like
gonna
they
sell, like way
every time a new like literally every PlayStation game like is going down the line just sells less and less on PC.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I also think that's so you have God of War and Spider-Man being the sequels, and the sequels do a lot worse. This is a new IP. If they like Returnal did really well on PC. Like I'm not saying every game needed to be like day and date, but this is the one that would appeal to like the PC audience. Like fucking Helldivers sold a kajillion copies. Like I feel like this is still
that's
a bad idea.
Well,
sure.
Live service, so like that wouldn't be included in this. Specifically, I mean, I'll note like when you mentioned Returnal did well. You want to know what other game did well was Days Gone, and it's because they were some of the first. I think being like one of the first ones on PC, that excitement of like, oh, PlayStation games on like PC platform, like that's, oh well, like, I gotta go check it out. And eventually, it's like people know PC game, like PlayStation games are coming to PC, so the excitement wears off, and the sales are just going to decrease because of that.
I don't think Returnal was that early in the PC porting cycle.
It was one of the first, I think. I could check.
It just like sure. Returnal and Soros made sense to come to PC relatively quickly because they're high fidelity. I mean, that game with like ray tracing, like in path tracing or whatever support would look phenomenal at high frames. And like the type of game it is, I think translates really well. So I do think that was a miss, and I think there were people expecting it to kind of come to PC and would have bought it on PC, and now it's like, oh, okay, I guess we got to buy it on PlayStation. My whole thing with this, I mean, sure, I'll apologize. They're not doing day and date, but I think it's also because they have a console that is going to come out in the next 2 years, and they're like, well, shit, we need people to buy our console. So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna make everything exclusive again.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you this, Bob. Also, as Returnal was PC on February 15th, 2023. And a lot of
Which is
that
kind of
was, so that was
early.
like after. I mean, it was after God of War, and I think it.
Oh,
did
for
better
sure.
than
But God of War
After
was
Spider-Man, I think it
Spider
was.
Man.
maybe same
I
year.
don't think so. Let's check our favorite website, SteamDB. Let's see how these games actually did, because I'm actually curious. I do remember Returnal doing pretty good on PC. It only has 200 people in game right now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let me check the all-time peak was 6,691. Let's check God of War.
6,000? And Bob said, is it good?
Yeah, 6,000.
Yeah, I didn't say the all-time peak was good. I said the sales were
That's
good.
That's Citizen Sleeper numbers.
God
Shout
of
out Citizen
War
Sleeper.
is 73,529 for its all-time peak. Let's
Yeah,
check Days
they're
Gone.
not high.
Days Gone was one of the first.
Probably 60,000.
Days Gone's all-time peak was 27,450.
That's insane.
Let's check Horizon Zero Dawn.
That one's gonna be high.
Probably
Cool.
77.
That was the first one. 56,557. Man, you
And like,
PC gamers don't play shit.
I speak for him, bro.
Yeah,
Unless I can find it on a deep sale on GG deals, you ain't getting bought.
I mean, like, look at the comparison of God of
Okay.
War at like 70,000, Subnautica 2 at 467,000.
No, and I agree somewhat with Bob that there is a world where it made more sense for strictly PC game sales to put your games day and date on PC and Steam platform. But then I think you also got to remember the 30% that Steam takes. It's like, just why? Like, so they sold 1 million copies, sure. 30% of that's going straight to Steam. Like PlayStation.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, are you really profiting? Like, of course you are. You're getting 70% of it. But there's too many the games weren't selling well enough for all the things you probably had to go in there and importing and getting a port studio and doing extra work and throwing all that out there. Where you can just have your studio be like, hey, you're only working on this one hardware, nothing else. Just put a game on this hardware. That's all we ask for you. Make it happen. And it's like, you get 100% of the sales. You know what I mean? Like, everything just works better with an exclusive game on your console when you're a PlayStation. So like, I to be fair, a few months ago, a few years ago, I was saying I didn't think we were ever getting day and date on PC. And I think there is actually a time on the podcast where I'll have to look where I did say that PlayStation would pull back from PC before they would ever go day and date, because me and Mops had this argument like for years this way on this podcast. I'm pretty sure I said that, but I'm also quite surprised they just cut it completely, because I did think there was a perfect world where it was going to be always a year to 2 years later it would come to PC. But no, it makes sense to me now more than ever, right before going to the next gen and the PS6, to say, hey, if you're a PC gamer, you have to buy the PlayStation 6 if you want Spider-Man 3. You're not playing this on Project Helix on their Steam page. You're only playing this over here. Like, it makes sense why they're doing it now, because next gen's around the corner. Like, they're laying it up to make a reason to buy that PlayStation 6. Because Bob has said, I've said, many people have said, it's going to be less likely than ever to convince someone to buy that next gen hardware, because the tech side isn't going to improve that much. The only thing that's going to get people to buy the PlayStation 6 is PlayStation 6 only games. If you're someone who can wait a year to get it on PC, why do I get the PS6? So it's like, you have to lock everything back down. And also, this has worked for decades. For 30 years, this is how video games have profited. I don't know why we ever had to change in the first place. like this works. Exclusives work. Just because one company couldn't do it doesn't mean everyone else should change the strategy. Like,
agreed.
This is just going back to what is normal.
The anti-exclusive argument just never made sense to me, because I'm just like, guys, think about like Nintendo. It's like, bro, why would I ever buy a Switch if like there weren't exclusive?
Exactly. I would never buy a Switch.
Different.
But is it? Is it?
I mean,
like, I wouldn't buy,
because
why would I, Bob? Why would I buy a PlayStation without exclusive games? Like, at that point, it's like I'm on PC then.
because
There's nothing
because the ease of use of a console is still easier
Oh
than
my
a
god.
PC. It is. You don't want to deal with a PC. You've been on record of saying that.
If there was literally no other reason to own a console, like if there were no
Or,
exclusives on my PlayStation, I would have been on PC. Because like literally,
or
it's like, okay,
he would
now
get
what am I on
or
here?
he would get the Steam machine. You know, if you know what I mean, if like something like the Steam machine or even Project Helix, if the PlayStation didn't have exclusives, what stops someone from just being like, okay, I'm just gonna get the Steam machine?
And
It's
like I mean,
you know what I mean, the ease of
But
access.
you still have
and
backwards
also,
compatibility. You still have an ecosystem that you've put 15
Bob,
years into that you don't
that's
want to
the thing,
leave.
Bob.
The
Bob,
ecosystem
I
is
bought a
exclusives.
PlayStation 4. I bought a PlayStation 4 for Uncharted 4. I bought a PlayStation 3. I don't know why I bought a PlayStation 3. It was for something. But like I think it was for Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time and like Uncharted 3. And I was like, "Oh my god, I
It
need
was
these games."
Killzone, bro. I know.
It was not Killzone, I promise you that. But like I bought these consoles cuz I wanted to play a game on them. I If those games never existed and Sony was like, "Buy PlayStation because I don't know," then I would have been on PC 10 years ago. Because then it's
But
like, well, I don't care that much about the ecosystem. I'm already invested in the ecosystem. I have the trophies. But if they said, listen, we're not doing exclusives at all anymore, then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to start working on a PC at that point. Because like then it's like, oh, you could argue the ease of use, but like I'll learn. If I'm not getting anything out of this now, it's like, yeah, whatever.
And isn't
I
just to throw this in there, Bob? You would I swear hasn't most of the reports at this point been like kids are asking for PCs now? Like they're asking for
Yeah.
like for PC. Like all my nephews, they want PCs. They don't care about any of the consoles at this point. But I think that's just because Roblox, Fortnite. Like both my oldest nephews, they got PCs for Christmas. They didn't get a PlayStation or Xbox for Christmas. And I think I want to say it was kind of funny. Someone I don't know if it was Matt. Someone over there in the industry was like, kids were like more leaning towards going in the PC ecosystem than the console. And it's like I think that's exactly what Sony's trying to stop. We're like someone like me who is fully ingrained in PC at this point for multiple years. I will get a PS6 just to play the next Naughty Dog game, just to play Spider-Man 3. Like I'm going to buy a
Yeah.
PS6 for that. If I could just get it on my PC, I wouldn't get a PlayStation. I wouldn't get a PlayStation 6. They're losing. I'm just one customer, but I would. There's got to be millions of more just like me in this
You're the
position where
most important customer.
exactly where I'm gonna buy every first person shooting game they make. I'm gonna be there for. It's like I don't know. Like and I understand part of your drawbacks, Bob. I understand why like exclusives they probably do matter less now than they ever have just because of the way the ecosystem works and the economy and just how hard it is to make a game where you are going to get the most back if you put it everywhere in your multi-plat, just like we're seeing with Square Enix and Capcom and how they've went away from the exclusivity route. But if you're a console creator, if you're a console maker, you have to look at exclusivity different than just a third-party publisher.
Yeah, listen, I understand what you guys are saying, but at the same time, first off, I don't know about the kids getting PC things. I haven't really I'm not saying
I
that's
remember
wrong.
something
I
like
just
that.
I haven't seen that from like my point of view, and I don't know what the data is on that. I could see it, but I think consoles are still kind of like, especially with like Switch, like far and away what like kids are
For
probably asking for.
Yeah, Switch
But
for sure. Real
for
quick, I was trying to search up the article real quick, Bob, and the first thing I put with kids wanting to be animals, to be furries.
oh
Like what?
no, the
That's
kids are not
horrible.
all right.
Anyways, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So because for every like I don't know kid that wants a PC for Fortnite or Minecraft, Fusion, think of all of the people who just get the next PlayStation for FIFA and for Madden and for like 2K, where it's like, yeah, there are Steam ports of those games, but they don't sell nearly as well. I mean, college football isn't even on PC. Like there are still a lot of people who just like default into getting consoles to where it's like I think, and I'm not even really trying to make the argument that if exclusives are day and date that people would just automatically go to PC. I do think there are things that'll keep people there, but the main thing too is like I just think this is bullshit because halfway through the PS6 lifecycle, they're gonna do this again. It's very obvious that they were like, okay, well, we need to find more sources of revenue. Let's just port these games to PC. That's why they bought Nixxes. Like, let's not pretend that Nixxes was this desirable studio that makes great content that lines up with PlayStation's vision. No, they're there to port PC games, and I'm sure they will still offer technical expertise and can still help with like the live service PC games. But like they clearly needed extra revenue streams, so they put the games out, and now they're going to lock that back up. They're going to turn off the faucet because it's like, hey, we do need you guys to get the new console, and that is the best strategy, is to lock down exclusives. But I don't believe for a second they're not going to open back up that faucet halfway through the PS6 life cycle when it's like, okay, well, we're selling a bunch of consoles. Let's, get the people on PC and get that extra revenue source. My thing is, though, is that I do think there are certain games and there are certain franchises that do work for PC and PlayStation specifically, but they don't want to commit to it. I mean, we saw it already with Helldivers and God of War, how like the region locks and how like PlayStation didn't want to play ball and they shot themselves in their foot. Like they actively kind of ruined that for themselves sometimes.
Mhm.
And then, but like, I do think a Returnal, a Saros, I think Ghost and Horizon are also like open world slop. Look at Crimson Desert. Open world slop works on PC, and I do think Ghost and Horizon are two franchises that do work on PC, and you still could mess around with that. But of course, they're not going to because they're like, hey, we got to lock this down for the next generation. I do think there is a middle ground that works. I just don't think Sony cares at this point, which is fine. That's totally, I totally understand what they're doing there. I'll be curious to see if they lock down third party exclusives again, because that'll really signify that we're back to the good old days when fucking the next Mass Effect is PlayStation exclusive. It's like, great, here we go.
Hey, don't threaten me with a good time.
Let's not do that. I still want to play my third parties on my PC. So, like, I'm not asking for all of that. Hopefully,
Fake fan. Look at
but
him.
I am asking for PlayStation as a fanboy in this moment. Asking, I'm ready. This day to play. I want to see the only on PlayStation logo. Bring it back.
Oh yeah,
We haven't had that in a while.
I can't wait. I'm very interested to see that logo. I do agree with you on one point, especially Bob. I don't like the flip flopping that PlayStation, and I don't like how any of these companies flip flop. It's like if you're gonna make a decision, stick with it. Don't like halfway through the generation go actually nah, and then halfway through PS6 it's like actually let's bring it back. It's like
But
I want them to stick. It's like we're doing exclusives. This is how we do things now.
and I agreed to both your points, but I think my only disagreement there is I don't think this is them doing it halfway through. I think they're doing it now specifically because there is a world where the PS6 is next fall. I'm not saying it will be, but there is a genuine world where it's not like they're doing it now because in the next 2 years, in the next 2 years, we're going to see that PS6, and they have to do it now. You can't set the precedent during that marketing cycle up to the PS6. Like if we were a year before the PS6 and we're now getting Wolverine on the PC. You're gonna now convince people. I mean, you can't convince people in that year standpoint that these games are exclusive again. Like, so they have to do it now.
I do agree with that. Like, I do think like if you're going to lock everything back down, you have to do it now in anticipation. It just kind of sucks because I do think that Saros and Yote would be great PC games, and they're just like, eh.
Yeah, and I
buddy,
would.
Dual sticks.
I would agree. I think Saros, especially with the keyboard and mouse players, would do really good on PC. I do agree there. It's just like, again, it's that point of there's obviously some type of numbers in the background that is saying at some point these extra, let's just say even 1 million to be generous, the extra 1 million players, the million sold, no, let's say 500K because Saros can't even sell 1 million on the day of console. Let's say the extra 500K on Steam isn't worth maybe the extra however many are actually going to buy the PlayStation, because games like Saros, who maybe will be at the game of the year at the end of the year, gets you to buy into a PlayStation. You know what I mean? So there's got to be something there that tells them game sales at the end of the day are not as important as our console sales. And in my head, that's how PlayStation works. They want their console sold because then you're getting new players to buy GTA on your console,
Yeah.
FIFA on your console, and you're bringing that all in your own market. So it's like all of that revenue is going directly to you. You're not using Steam. Steam not getting in the way. All of this other stuff.
And I think, I mean, like you bring up a point there. Is like I feel like it actively harms a lot of these games too. Where anecdotally, I know a lot of people who are like, I'm not gonna buy Star Wars. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the PC release. And it's like Sony's like, and like these are people with PS5s, but they're like, I want to play it on PC though. Sony's probably looking at that. It's like we're losing day one sales because of like this PC push now. Like we want to actively promote to everyone. It's like, no, this is only on PlayStation. It's not going anywhere else. And I think that's how they look at things.
Well,
So yeah,
and
I
I
don't know.
think I do agree to an I mean, we're seeing it with Xbox right now. Like,
Mhm.
you do have to keep an identity to a certain degree. And I do think that's probably the most important thing more than sales is like keeping PlayStation, keeping Nintendo, and keeping Xbox. Because right now, Xbox is a fucking shotgun blast and it's not very like organized and direct. And I think we're seeing that with the general sentiment around it. And I do understand PlayStation wanting to kind of reel that back in. I just think this all rings hollow because I can almost guarantee you we're going to be doing the same Sonic dance in like 8 years when we're halfway through the PS6 life cycle and they're like, all right, we're going to just like dump the catalog again. And because we've already gotten our residuals from all these games, we've gotten our console sales, the momentum's there. Let's just, put it on PC for an extra. I need that yacht, I can't
Yeah.
get that yacht and I really want that yacht.
Which, to your point, maybe in a decade we're back here again, but it's like that's another decade of selling PlayStations.
I agree.
So it's,
Decade
I
from
agree.
now, Bob walks in on the podcast, walking cane and all.
God.
Fusion, he lost his eye in the war. I'm here. I'm a cyborg. We come back. We're like, man, it's crazy. They're doing exclusives again.
I think that is just they're going to again, and obviously it's PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, they're all different, but it's like PlayStation about to sell another console over 100 million sold. You know what I mean? Like they've said time and time. The one thing PlayStation at least has been honest about is they want you to buy the console. So it's like
Yeah.
they're going to do whatever in their power to get you to buy the console more than they want you to buy the video game, honestly, at this point. So it's like
Mhm.
they are a console maker. They want the console out there. Also, Bob, I did post an article in there. We don't have to go over it, but I guess that that was one of the articles I found that they put out earlier this year.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, boys, last PlayStation topic, an hour and a half in. God bless. I'm glad I got you guys here because it was a busy news week, and we are the yappers. PlayStation is raising PS Plus prices. This is from their Twitter. May 20th, starting May 20th, PlayStation Plus prices for new customers, specifically new customers, will increase in select regions. Due to ongoing market conditions, prices will start at $10.99 USD for 1 month subscribers and $27.99 for 3 month subscribers. This price change does not apply to current subscribers except in Turkey and India. Fuck those guys, I guess, unless the existing subscription changes or lapses. Here's the thing. So the 1 month is about $1 increase, and the 3 month, from what I checked, I think it was a $3 increase. Um, Here's the thing. I'm not gonna get up in arms over a $1 price increase. I will get up in arms over this ongoing market conditions. Can you all shut the fuck up? Shut up about this ongoing market conditions excuse. I just want them to say, like, just straight up, hey, we just want more money. And then I'd be like, yeah, I'm annoyed, but also I'm like, yeah, at least you're being honest. This ongoing market conditions, I'm just sick of this excuse.
Yeah,
Didn't they
I'm
also raise prices for like all the tiers? It's not just the base.
No, it's just 1 month and 3 month subscriptions for PS Plus. Or are you saying like
I'm saying
I
like for premium and extra as well. Like I
no,
think
I think it's just for essential.
okay,
I
Fusion,
think
go
it's
ahead. I'll
no,
because
I was just,
I can check real quick.
what was your question, Bob?
so I thought there was some scuttlebutt yesterday that said, well, they announced this, but they also raised the prices for the other tiers too, and they don't mention that in this post.
Oh, yeah, no, Bob's right. Push Square or no, hang on. Eurogame
Oh,
has it. It's not just PS Plus Essential getting a price hike. Premium and extra tiers are now more expensive too. I missed this. Thank you for bringing this up, Bob.
And that's scummy because it's like, why would you
Yeah,
not put that in your announcement?
Okay, so PlayStation Plus extra subscription now costs $16.99 for a month and $43.99 for 3 months, while premium subscription rises to $20 for a month and $54.99 for 3. Annual subscriptions, which received a price increase of their own in 2023, are unaffected for now. Yeah, no, you're right, Bob. That is coming. I did not catch that at all.
Yeah, no one did because they didn't announce it until they're
Yeah,
like, hey,
that's-
wait a second.
That's so ass. Yeah, my thing is, I'm never gonna act like price increase is good for anyone. You know what I mean? Like this is not
Yeah.
cool. This is dumb. Like I understand, like you said, like it's $1. Yeah, like $1 isn't enough for me to cancel mine, I guess. So like that's how they get away with it though, is we'll be like, ah, it's just $1. Well, to them, when you're 100 million, I don't know, it's like how many people use PlayStation Plus Essential? Like 40 million or something. So $1, I guess, does go a long way at the end of the day. But it's just annoying that like we're still in that point where, like you said, like market conditions. It's like this is a subscription service. For one, why are we still paying for online? It's never gonna go away. Like this is again
This
another
is free
PlayStation
money for
thing.
them.
Yeah, where it's like, why would they ever give this away when 40 million people every single month pay for this service? It's never going away. So it's like, it's obnoxious. It's annoying. $1 isn't enough for me to cancel, but the minute if this was $2 or $3, I would have canceled because I don't use my PlayStation enough to sit there and pay for my online. The only reason I even keep it right now is because the cloud saves, which is another reason and dumb that this is a part of the PlayStation Essential. I shouldn't be paying for cloud saves. Like, make that a separate thing. Like, if you're gonna make me pay for online, okay, whatever, cool. It's the cloud saves that is the reason I always keep my PlayStation Plus just keep going every month is because I want all my cloud saves to be up to date and everything. So it's like, if they would take that out of there, I wouldn't even have PlayStation Essential. But there's probably many people like me, and that's why it's in there. So yeah,
Yeah, I
this
will
is just
say,
dumb across the board.
yeah, I will say it doesn't personally affect me because I pay for the annual, but like, yeah, it's just
And
paying for
annual's not
online.
going up, right?
Annual did not go up. No
Yeah,
price.
which is nice that they do that where it's like, okay, if you're gonna, I should just buy annual at this point. I don't know why I don't,
I mean,
because
it's
I've
like,
always paid monthly. But it's like, yeah, I guess that is the one pro is annual's not moving at all. So like, and the other pro is if you're an existing user, you're not getting charged. But that does suck for all the new members coming in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the main point here is that yeah, it obviously sucks. Market conditions are yeah, I need to pay for my yacht. We shouldn't have to pay for online in this day and age. Definitely echo everything Fusion said, but I think really what this is signifying is okay, you don't want to pay a yearly subscription, you want to dip in and out, it's going to cost you. Like for the
Yeah.
loyal members, we're going to, and I do kind of understand that to a degree where it's like, all right, if you're not loyal to us and you're going to just like pick and choose when you want to be a part of our ecosystem, it's going to cost you. But for the people who just stay throughout, we're going to keep the prices the same.
well, boys, we finished talking about PlayStation. For now, I mean, technically, there's some Bungie stories about it, but we can talk about Take Two now. Bob's favorite company, Take Two Interactive, had their big earnings call. The big thing that a lot of GTA fans were saying, like maybe they revealed the trailer 3 here. They did not. Okami Games has a recap of the sales, the updated sales. GTA 6 on track for November 19th. No marketing until late June. We can get into that in a bit. GTA 5 at nearly 230 million units sold. Red Dead Redemption 2 at 85 million units sold. Now the third best-selling game of all time. And GTA franchise now at 470 million units sold combined. And Take Two's, Warrior 64 puts this, Take Two's Zelnick on GTA 6 summer marketing. Quote, so the next few weeks, I don't think will be summertime yet, but when it's summertime, Rockstar expects to start marketing GTA 6. A little bit of a jab at when he said, like, summer, like a few months ago, and people were like, well, summer could be May. Uh, Strauss, I got to give him credit. He goes by the official definition of summer, which I think is June 21st is the official start of summer. So I guess it's like we're just gonna be kind of sitting pretty for about a month until we actually get our trailer 3 started. Curious how you guys are thinking about all of this. I do want to point out GTA 5 at 230 million units sold. A lot of people don't think GTA 6 will sell 20 million units at launch. Okay, guys, That's all I have to say. Because GTA 5 has sold double the PS5 has sold just as one game over a decade, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, I don't believe him.
Oh wow,
uh,
going against the Strausinator.
yeah, shark. I guess, how should I say that? I'm not. I guess I wouldn't be. I'm in a weird spot where it's like I think we're in a spot where any day a GTA 6 trailer can drop. Like I truly believe it's like
Yeah,
any week
theoretically,
now
yeah.
we're in that spot where it's like I don't fully believe him. The only thing I don't fully believe to the extent is him saying like when I mean summer, I mean summer. Like it's got to be officially summer. That's the thing where it's like, bro, you can genuinely drop that trailer next week. like
Yeah.
I'm not like too much in that thing, but it's also does make sense. Like we're at that point where it's like we've been waiting for so long. What's it, 3 more weeks or 4 more weeks? If that really is like, hey, summer has to officially start for us to start this thing. It's just
Yeah.
really, it's not a new story at the end of the day if you think about it. But I don't know. Like it's just I like how much he's talking recently. In the last like
Oh,
3 weeks, he has an interview like every other day. I feel like he's usually giving the same answers. Like he's not giving as much, but it's just cool to see him out there.
Did you see during the earnings call, the Bank of America analyst who was talking about the $80 games asked him a question about it, and Shayla, he kind of shut him down almost, but like I recommend listening to it because it's actually really interesting because he basically said is like, yeah, we want to provide like affordability for the consumers of what they say, and it's a CEO at the end of the day. Like, what are you gonna say? But like, the more he talks about it, the more I'm like, I think I am more on the $70 price tag kind of side of things.
Yeah, it would be $70 in my opinion.
Well,
What
Well,
Bob? You think it's 80?
I mean, I do, but like, I also don't like. I see both sides. I just think if anyone's gonna get away with it, it's GTA. So why not get away with it? But I don't think it. Like,
that's the thing. I was thinking about this more, Bob, and I really thought about it. I'm like, man, Mario Kart World really just did not get away with it. Because like
sure, but
when it
Mario
isn't
Kart
bundled,
World
it's sold
also
pretty bad.
wasn't. It wasn't like.
It wasn't good. You can say it.
Yeah,
Hey,
like
hey, 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 hey! We're not saying that. I like the
especially after
He
playing
wanted,
Forza
he
Horizon.
wanted to say it.
After playing
no,
Forza Horizon,
no.
I'm like, yeah, this open world is dog shit. But
Oh no, I'm not arguing that, but I like racing around in Mario Kart World. I think the controls are great.
yeah, no, I agree. But it's also a kart racer, not one of the largest, most in-depth open worlds we'll probably ever see in a
Mario
video
Kart 8
game.
Deluxe sold 75 million copies.
I understand, but
I'm saying it doesn't matter the quality of a Mario Kart World, like whether you think it's like amazing or bad. At the end of the day, it's like it's still Mario Kart, and it should have sold more considering its cultural cachet as a franchise. But I think the $80 price tag is getting people away from it and not wanting to buy it.
yeah, I also think people saw and was like, I'm paying $80 for a racing game. In the same way that Outer Worlds, like I know it's a completely different example, but it's like I'm not getting an $80 value out of that. If there's one game that people would say I'm going to get my value out of the money, it's going to be GTA. But either way, I don't I don't want to spend too much time on this. I
No,
do
it's fine,
think
man. We definitely.
I'm just trying to. I know we have a lot to get to, so I'm trying to
No, no worries.
keep the tangents to a minimum. But yeah, I mean, I honestly the thing that stuck out to me the most about all of the Take-Two stuff was that we got a regional time map for when the call was gonna be, like it was a game release
So funny. It's
map,
so
and
funny.
I'm like, we have
There were like
hit.
watch parties too for like a earnings call. It's like no one does this, guys.
We have reached nuclear levels of hype. It's downright insane.
And I feel like Strauss definitely knows that too, because like you could tell, like within the call, he was being very careful. It's like
Mhm.
more careful than I think he usually is. Very interesting. Then I did want to bring up this last point that just got revealed today, I think. Shinobi brings this up. Take-Two suggests they may acquire more studio in the future from the infusion of cash flow practically guaranteed from GTA 6. I will say, I saw a couple theories of like, oh, maybe they'll buy like this studio, like this well-known studio. It's like they're buying support team, guys. Like that's kind of more so what I view this as, is they're buying a lot more like support studios to help like whatever the next Rockstar game is, as well as like keeping GTA 6 online and whatnot.
You know who I could see them buy?
You could see them what?
You said you know what studio I could see them buy?
Oh yeah,
I
what's up?
could see the Remedy,
Oh yeah, because they are doing Max Payne 1 and 2.
and they've always been close knit. Like they've,
And
you know what I mean? Remedy them a lot, and like unfortunately, I don't believe Remedy's in the greatest financial spots. Like their
mhm.
games just don't sell very well. Like so, I don't think they're anywhere near of they need someone to buy them. But if anyone, like if they were at a point, I do believe Take Two would be a company that would swoop in there and get them.
Yeah, and we see with like they are give a lot of leeway to a lot of developers like Ken Levine with Judas.
Yeah, I think they would fit that portfolio so well. But obviously, I would
100%.
rather Remedy just stay independent. But like, if there was a world
If
where,
they were had to be buyed, I
like,
think
I've always thought about Remedy being shut down, like, especially when like Alan Wake 2 struggled to hit 1 million on
yeah, that
sales.
was crazy.
Like, there's always been times where I'm like, man, Remedy just doesn't. Even Remedy themselves last year was like, we have to lower our budget on games because we're just not in a great spot financially. So it's like, if for
Having
some
a
reason
safety net would
Control
help.
Resonant doesn't sell really well, you know, what I mean, it's like I'm like I at least in my head I'm like I believe Take Two would swoop in and save the day. Maybe they wouldn't,
Yeah.
maybe they don't want Remedy, but it's also they're working on your Max Payne game, so like you obviously have that relationship close enough where it's like you gotta like them.
Man, you guys remember when Take Two was going to buy the Perfect Dark studio and like bring that game back, but Microsoft didn't want to get rid of the Perfect Dark
Oh
IP?
yeah, I forgot about that.
That's still crazy. I mean, like it shows though Take Two is willing to like sweep like
I
save the day, I guess. I'm
I'm
not like
honestly
saying like
surprised Take Two doesn't haven't bought more studios.
yeah, I
Genuinely
mean
surprised. Like they have so much money, like so much money that I'm surprised. That, granted, they don't need to. I guess why buy new studios just to buy new studios when you have
maybe they're
GTA
waiting for
Online?
GTA 6.
But
I
it's
think
like
I think they want to get the money like saved up for GTA 6 and then like get all that massive cash flow. It's like, okay, now we can go on a bit more of a studio buying spree.
because what was the last studio they got? I don't know.
I think it was the developers of LA Noir. Oh no. That studio shut down. Oh god, who was it? I think I remember the last studio they bought was like a support team that they renamed like Rockstar Australia.
Mm.
So like
But yeah,
that's
so
kind of
like
the expectation I have of what they mean by buying more studios.
Yeah, I mean, and because I just don't think they could probably
I
go
guess wait.
13 years between releases again. So
Mm-hmm.
support studios makes more sense than because hey, they're not making Bully 2, so I don't think they're getting like new studios to like flesh
Also,
out their IP. I think they just would want some
they
more
acquired
studios.
Gearbox. So 2024
Yeah,
was when they got Gearbox. So like I
that's
forgot
true.
about that.
Gearbox was originally owned by Embracer, and like they
Yeah.
kind of came in and saved the day there because like Embracer obviously is ass, and I think Embracer was like, we don't know what to do with these guys, and I think Take Two was like, hey, we'll take them off of your hands. I'm making Strauss Zelnick sound like Superman here. Okay, at
I
the end of the day,
know.
he's still a
I would say
businessman,
a
but like,
CEO that's probably horrible, but yeah. And
yeah,
looking at it, Rockstar Games Australia was last year they founded that. But yeah,
yeah.
the last like actually acquiring someone was Gearbox in 2024. So it hasn't been that long. And Gearbox is obviously a big acquisition. Like you're getting Borderlands and multiple other stuff. So like they do it, but yeah, it's not nearly as often as
It's just
I
not that,
thought.
yeah, pretty rare. They don't have a lot of games coming out, which I think Remedy would actually fit in really well because it's like they're pretty quick with their game releases. So if they're like, hey, we can guarantee you a new game release every 2 to 3 years, I think Take Two would be very happy about that. It's like, cool, nice. Now we have something other than just 2K holding us down until the next Ken Levine or Bioshock.
Yeah.
Let's move into our next thing. Fusion, you haven't been talking a lot.
I know.
That's a lie.
We're 2 hours in. I forgot about the Destiny news, and I was so happy. And I looked at the doc. I'm like, we still have to talk about Destiny.
Destiny 2 final live service content update releasing on June 9th, 2026. I'm going to read. I don't want to read all this. You read it. No, okay, I'll read it. For almost 12 years, we had the joy and honor to explore the Destiny universe with you all throughout the ups and downs, surprises, and triumphs. Building Destiny alongside our players have been a monumental privilege. While our love for Destiny 2 has not changed, it has become clear that after the final shape, we have reached the time for our shared worlds and Destiny to live beyond Destiny 2. As our focus towards turns towards a new beginning for Bungie, we will begin work incubating our next games. To that end, on June 9th, 2026, we will release the final live service content update for Destiny 2 to begin that new journey as a studio. Though active development may be concluding, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable just as the original Destiny is today. Many changes this final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. We're proud of Destiny 2, the places it took us, and the legacy it has created. Because of you all, our universe is vast, built on years of shared stories, adventures, and victories. From the Cosmodrome to the Pale Heart up to the Lawless Frontier. Just saying words. We have forged lifelong memories and friendships with you all. Are incredibly grateful to everyone who has made that journey with us from the deepest parts of our hearts. Thank you, and we'll see you in the stars. Loki aura at the end. They saved it with the aura statement at the end. But yeah, it seems like they're going to be doing the last content update for Destiny 2. And I also want to bring up this from Okami Games. Bloomberg, Bungie plans significant layoffs after the end of Destiny 2. Destiny 3 is not in active production, and Bungie doesn't plan to immediately enter. Marathon will be the focus moving forward. Bungie is investing more resources into Marathon in the hopes the player base will expand over time. Lot to get into here. Now, when Fusion read this news story, you said you were really sad. I was like very confused. A lot of things going on. Bop was dancing on the grave. That dude was saying,
Like, fuck,
I think
fuck
you
the
have me
guy that gave me my favorite franchise of all time.
Yeah, I think you're confusing me with Bench.
Yeah, Bench is more so the case. But no, I mean, Fusion, obviously, this was very just out of nowhere. I think I saw something also, Paul Tassi, again, with what you were saying, Bob, about Bench always being the first to post news stories about things. Bench saw this Paul Tassi tweet. He was like, wait. Almost all of Bungie did not know about this until it was announced. Yeah, damn. That says a lot about how sudden this very much was. I'm curious your thoughts on this, Fusion. There's a lot to get into here.
Yeah, first, this just sucks. Like, I love Bungie. Bungie is one of my favorite studios in the world. They make some of my favorite games ever. Like, I specifically like Destiny a lot. Like, I've played hundreds of hours across Destiny and Destiny 2. I haven't got around to going back to Destiny 2 in a while, but also there wasn't much content. Like, there was writing on the wall here after the final shape. That content significantly got worse. Like, they weren't putting out much updates. They were doing Star Wars stuff that was kind of cool, but people didn't come back. I didn't go back for the Star Wars stuff. So if you're doing a Star Wars type expansion and people aren't returning for that, like, I think the thing was so many people, the game should have ended with the final shape. Like, I mean, you called it the final shape. That was the ending. It was they wrapped it up in a nice bow tie. People loved the final shape. It reviewed very well. Had 200,000 concurrent on Steam. Like, people loved that expansion. And they decided we're going to keep going. But then at some point, they wanted to put out Marathon. And then they can't. Paul Tassi had an article maybe a month ago at this point, and I said, Bungie cannot survive with Marathon and Destiny 2. They have to choose. Like, they have to pick one. And obviously, we're at the point now where they picked one. Like, Bungie decided they can't work on these Destiny 2 expansions and try to keep Marathon going. And honestly, maybe they would have tried, but this is obviously coming from over top. Sony was like, hey, guys, this has to end. You're losing us so much money. This isn't going to work. It just sucks in general. Like like I said, I love this dev team. There's going to be probably hundreds of layoffs because Bungie is a gigantic team, maybe thousands. Who knows how many people get laid off here? Hopefully, it isn't that much, but Jason Schreier did say significant, and that word means a lot.
I'm curious because you actually read the article. I think I haven't gone around to reading it. Wasn't it a case of like Sony didn't want Destiny 3?
Not in this article, but there's been recent reports and recent rumors and stuff about Sony not wanting to greenlight a Destiny 3 for whatever reason. Like, Bungie was into it. They even, if people remember, Bungie made a Destiny type game a few years ago called Payback. Like, that's what it was.
Oh my god,
project name, and it got canceled. And that was supposed to be the future of Destiny. Was this Payback game? I don't think it was officially ever Destiny 3, but it was going to be the next arrangement in the Destiny universe. This was going to be the next thing to do. That got canceled. I forget if Sony canceled that. I think it was Sony actually who did cancel that. So it's like
it released overseas, didn't it?
No, Payback never came out. There was
Oh,
a
I
Destiny
don't know. I'm
mobile
thinking of a
game.
different one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. The
there's a
Rise.
Destiny mobile game. Yeah. No, Payback never came out and never was me. It was supposed to be, like I said, the next installment in the Destiny universe, and pretty sure it was Sony that canceled it, not Bungie.
Yeah, yeah. That was like before it was revealed. Okay, now I'm getting it
Yeah,
right.
like way before reveal. No one like this was a very much. This was I'm not. This was I think it might have been at the time where Team LFG spun off and they were making the Frog game or whatever that game is going to be.
Yeah, yeah. So wait, I mean, Fusion, is Destiny just dead? Is it gone?
That's the thing. There's people like Paul Tassi has hinted at that he thinks Destiny, at least for now, is kind of done, which is insane to me. Like that's the part that I can't get out of this
Mhm.
news story that makes the least amount of sense. Sure, Destiny 2 in the content, that makes sense. It's been 10 years. It's done. You know what I mean? Like that's fine, cool. But Destiny is still a gigantic IP of the last decade. People love Destiny. It's a name brand thing. It's like Destiny is why you bought Bungie, PlayStation. Like
Yeah.
that's why you went and got Bungie. You know what I mean? For Destiny. So it's like it seems like PlayStation is so against Destiny at this point that it doesn't make sense. And maybe it's because
Okay.
it costs a lot of money to make Destiny. Like,
Yeah.
of course it is. It's going to be $300 million game if we're going to put a Destiny 3 out there. My worry is okay. Let's say they're done with Destiny. They move all on Marathon, which makes sense. Like they should be building up Marathon. Marathon should get PVE content. They're doing all that already. That makes sense. Cool. I love Marathon. I'll be there for more Marathon content. When the players eventually don't come, because they won't. I think the people who are out on Marathon at this point probably never come unless the PVE content is truly groundbreaking. And then maybe they see improvement, but I'm at the point where I think you either like Marathon or you don't. We'll see. We'll see a year from now. I think the game's going to drastically change.
I'm so curious about what do they do with Marathon because it just feels like it's a case of, like you said, you either like it or you don't. I don't
Yeah,
think you're
and
gonna
it's like
confuse people.
they've already announced at this point PVE only mode's coming, so that's cool. And there's a PvP arena mode that's coming, which means it will take the extraction shooter out of it and basically make it just like Gambit, which is a Destiny thing, or Call of Duty. Like you just straight up marathon shooting each other. You know what I mean? Which I think will
Yeah.
bring thousands of people in. Not hundreds of thousands though, would be my assumption. Anyways, my fear here is you downsize, you go all in on Marathon. Marathon maybe doesn't do good well enough, or even if it does, cool. If Destiny isn't your next thing, your long-term thing, there's no way the Marathon universe is your next thing. Maybe it is, but I'm not saying that's high odds. So at that point, that means you're creating a brand new IP probably at Bungie. Why? Like when you have Destiny there, let's say they quote unquote make a Destiny 3, but don't call it Destiny, it's a brand new IP. Will that truly be better than a Destiny 3? I don't think so. And maybe this is just me being the Destiny fanatic that would has this opinion, but I don't know what you two think about that. Like, do you think it's smarter for Bungie to make a Destiny 3 or a brand new IP in the vein of a Destiny 3 budget?
Dude, I'll be honest, I have no fucking clue. I don't know. I feel like Bungie's in an unwinnable position. If the worst job in the world right now is running Bungie because I'm just like I don't know what to do, guys. I do if we take Destiny 3, it's gonna take way too long and it's gonna be way too much money. If we do a new IP, it's gonna be take way too long, cost way too much money. It'd also be unproven. And then it's like, okay, we focus on Marathon. Like we just make this our big game. Cool. Nobody is playing it, or I don't want to say nobody. That's me.
No, you're basically right. I mean,
Oh,
I played I play it still.
substantially
My friends
fewer
play it.
people. Substantially fewer people than play Destiny play Marathon. Like just not a lot of people are playing it right now. And we are banking on a PvE mode to somehow convince people to play it again. I feel like Bungie's in an unwinnable position right now. The only thing I could think of, and now Fusion, this is crazy. If I'm Sony, we go to Xbox, it's like, listen, you're not doing anything with Halo. Like you're doing something with Halo, but like let's be honest, it's not going to be very good. You want to give us back Halo? People like Bungie with Halo. That's the only thing I can think of. It literally that's an impossible situation. So yeah, genuinely, I think it's just. I feel like at this point we're going to go to these layoffs are going to be so significant to where it's like, okay, now Bungie gets split into like 3 or so different teams, and they're all kind of team LFGs making their own frog type games instead of like one unified Bungie.
Yeah, and that's where it brings another element into this, where it's like, how do you think the people at Team LFG feel? Where they were like, they created this little project at Bungie. PlayStation forced them to spin off to make their own studio. And apparently that game's looking really good. But imagine those people being like, man, we just left Bungie to die. Like, we were creating a really cool game under the Bungie logo, and now we're over here on their own studio. I'm sure they're like in a good spot and all, but it's like, it's just a whole mess where I'm like, I think there's a world where Bungie obviously makes amazing worlds. They can make single player games. I think there is a vein here where you have to scale back as Bungie and be like, hey, PlayStation talking to Bungie is like, hey, make us a few single player games, get good grace, then make your Destiny 3. Like, that's what we want from you. If I'm PlayStation, I'm saying, hey, prove it again to us. But I fear, for one, as most Bungie fans don't want that. They know the only people in Marathon, like, I guess that's not true, but I feel like when I read all the Marathon stuff about how, like, Marathon fans want a campaign and all that, I don't know if those are Bungie fans that want that, or if they're just people who see the Marathon world and want it to be a campaign. Because I feel like as a Bungie fan, people go to Bungie games because of that world MMO building Destiny type style thing. So it's like I feel like you can't turn Bungie into a single player project studio. I think they would make fantastic games, but I don't think that's what the player base of Bungie fans want. Which maybe it doesn't matter anymore what the Bungie fans want.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
whatever PlayStation wants.
yeah,
So,
the what matters is what's going to make the most money. Is like
yeah.
I don't think the Bungie fans even know either. It's like I don't know. I just genuinely, if you would have told me, like, let's say remove ourselves from all like marketing after Final Shape, I would have told you like without any reading any reports. I'm like, oh, obviously Destiny 3 is in development. If the expansion is called the Final Shape and it's like the last big one, so it's like okay, that's like halfway through development most likely. Nope, and it's just crazy to me. And like I want to get Bop into this because like I was like I'm surprised Destiny 3 isn't in development in any way. And Bop, I mean, you replied with this is in your exact words. It's like, no, you fat idiot, with what money? And it's like you're right. Like, yeah, what money would Sony give them for that?
Yeah, and that's kind of the. I mean, this just whole situation is
He
just
didn't deny
so
calling me a fat
unfortunate.
idiot, by the way.
Well, maybe eat a salad, Wolf. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god! Oh my.
Kidding.
Damn. Okay. No. Okay. We continue. Sorry.
My diet's been shit lately. I can't talk.
Yeah. Sam.
But no, that's the problem is that clearly like PlayStation wants to throw this company under the bus anytime they can just because of all of the lost valuation they got in the acquisition. But like if there is one thing that people will play from this company, it is a Destiny 3. People will
Yeah.
buy the microtransactions and like buy stuff in this game. Like, yeah, sure, maybe it's not what Bungie wanted to do, but let's be honest, I don't think Bungie's been managed well by internally since Destiny 2 even got off the ground. Like I just it's such an unfortunate situation, both between their leadership, PlayStation's leadership, Activision's leadership when they were under Activision. Like, it's just been tumultuous, and it sucks that it's gotten to this point because it's like, how do we fumble one of the greatest multiplayer studios and first-person studios of all time? But you know, here we are, and as much as I think Marathon is a cool game and has hit its niche, it's just not the game that Sony or Bungie needs right now. And had it all being said, it's like, cool, maybe we should have been working on a Destiny 3, and then once that's a success, we can work on a passion project. But yeah. It's tough.
And it's
passion is not doesn't equate to money, sadly.
Yeah, and obviously it's weird also that they have multiple projects apparently that they're talking about, but none of it's Destiny. So it's like, what are these projects? Like, if you're talking to PlayStation, I would say if you're pitching to PlayStation these 3 other projects or whatever you're talking about, and none of it's Destiny, what could you possibly be pitching them? Like, it's got to be smaller stuff, but it's like, it's just like we're like Bob said, we're talking about one of the greatest first-person shooter / multiplayer studios in the world. They've been legends for 30 years. They made Halo, for God's sake. And we're like,
yeah.
And like even the last 10 years of Destiny, like Destiny is awesome. Like, say what you want about if you like the game or not, Destiny is a franchise that everyone in the gaming industry knows. And I feel like at least when the first Destiny launched, like everyone knew where they were when that game came out. Like Destiny was a thing. Like Destiny's been a thing for a long time. So it's like Marathon, whatever. Like I love Marathon. I know it doesn't hit for everyone. It's just an IP they use. But it's insane to me that we're at the point where I genuinely am fearing that Bungie as a whole is just not going to exist. And it's like that is my worst nightmare. Like if Bungie as a whole goes down, I don't know what to say about the industry. Like I understand not everyone that's made freaking Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, Reach, whatever, is still at the team. But there's plenty of people still that have been here for 20 plus years, still working in Bungie. I hate the term of being like, it's not the same old Bungie. Sure, you're going to have new people. That's just how life works. But there's still plenty of talent that's been there for 20 plus years that are very talented.
Most of its talent, too.
Yeah, like, especially through all the time they've been passed around from Activision to Xbox to Sony to like all these places to independent. The fact that they've kept still core members to this day, I'm terrified all those people are about to get laid off. And it's like they should be the safest. Like they should be the safest bets to stick around. But who knows? Who even cares if they want to stick around anymore? They've been through, like Bob said, their last decade they've been through it all.
So I'm looking at other Bungie IPs, and we have.
It has to be a new IP.
No, because there's Nop, is a Pong clone. Nop with a G, by the way. Operation Desert Storm. You know, that was released in 1991 during Operation Desert Storm, by the way. So that's a little insensitive.
That's probably a banging game.
Minotaur, The Labyrinths of Crete, Pathways into Darkness, Abuse, shit.
Wait, bring that one
Myth,
back.
The Fallen Lords, and Oni.
That was before.
Yeah, it's a new IP.
That's what I mean. Like it, there's right now it's either Destiny, Marathon related, or new IP, and I'm leaning toward new IP because, again, Team LFG was a new IP. Like whatever that game was at Bungie wasn't already a new IP. So it's like obviously and Bungie have been on record saying they kind of want to be done with Destiny. That part is true. They've said that before. They didn't want to even make a Destiny 2. Activision forced them to make that. Like they were kind of on record saying they were done with Destiny at a point. Now, but it's funny because now they're in a spot where they need Destiny. Like they're in a spot where it's like we don't care if you're over it. That's what you need as a company. So it's just a shit show. And it really, I get it. I'm just gonna keep saying it really just sucks. I love this company. I hope a year from now they're in a better spot. I don't know.
Sorry to continue on this tangent. It is interesting. A lot of these older Bungie games like Oni and Myth, they have the soundtracks by Michael Salvatore and Martin O'Donnell. And it's like, damn, even back then they were still there. Like I thought that I always assumed their first soundtracks were Halo. I was like, no, they were working on Bungie for games for a while.
That's what I mean.
And I mean, they laid off Michael Salvatore recently, in the last couple of years. Still, it's just. And what you're saying though, Fusion, I agree. Most of Bungie's talent is still there. A lot of these OG Bungie people are still there. Very high ranking people from the Halo days still work on Destiny 2. So it's unfair to say, oh well, it's not the same Bungie. It's no, it kind of is. It very much more than a lot of other legacy companies. It is.
They have. I would say what you want about Joe Ziegler, which is the Marathon game director.
Yeah.
He helped create Valorant. This isn't you know what I mean? This is one of Valorant, still to this day, a shooter that gets millions, one of the best shooters in the last decade. The talent at Bungie is still insane. That's why it costs them so much to own. That's why it costs Sony so much to own Bungie, is because the talent at Bungie. So I would never entertain the conversation about Bungie doesn't have talent anymore. You're just delusional and don't know what Bungie's making if that's the case.
Yeah. We'll see. The two biggest Bungie haters in the world, Bench and Hiroki Totoki, are probably very happy right now. But
Bench is so happy. He's sitting out with a smile, bro.
He's like,
sent me Destin Laguirre. Come on.
See, Bench is safe, man. All his favorite franchises are JRPGs, and they make $1 billion of those, so he's fine. Let's move into our next story. This is an interesting one. Warhorse Studios, developers of KCD2, you might have heard the rumors. It's time to reveal what we are working on. An open-world Middle-earth RPG. A new Kingdom Come adventure. We're excited to tell you more when the time is right. So specifically, they are announcing that there's a new KCD game and a new Lord of the Rings open world game in development. There were a lot of rumors about both of these, so it's pretty exciting for them to just outright say it's like, yeah, we are working on those. I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings, so I'll let you guys take over.
You've never seen Lord of the Rings?
I still haven't.
Oh my
They're
god.
long. They're like 3 hours long, man. You gotta give me a time.
They've only been
They're
out
so
20
good,
years.
I'll watch Lord of the Rings when you watch Godfather. Okay.
I'll watch it.
Hey, that's one of the best.
But then you have
movies
to
ever.
watch all 3 Lord of the Rings extended edition.
Yeah, that's unfair. Wait, no, you gotta watch all 3 Godfathers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let Bob go first on this one. If he's got something to go.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Wolf, you gotta watch Lord of the Rings.
They're
Wolf,
3
okay,
hours
no.
long.
Here's what you do.
I want to, but
Here's what you do. Kind of Funny made a great in review series with the extended versions where they break up each movie into halves because they all kind of have a decent halfway point where it's only an hour and a half
that's what I've heard
commitment.
too.
And then you can, listen to them talk about it, and it'll be a whole thing, and then you don't realize you've actually watched double the length because you're listening to these podcasts as well. But you really should watch them.
I know.
They're great movies. That being said, just in general about this announcement, the fact that they're saying a new Kingdom Come adventure and a Middle Earth RPG makes it seem like, okay, it's not necessarily Lord of the Rings, but it's based obviously in that world, with that franchise, with that IP. And it also makes it sound like KCD, it's not KCD 3, it's some sort of, almost like a Miles Morales, kind of like a smaller game, probably a lot of reused assets, which is smart. That's not a criticism. I think you absolutely should do something like that, especially with how well, I don't want to say how open-ended KCD 2 is. I don't know how that story is, but it's like you really could take that in a bunch of different directions if you really wanted to. But as far as a Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings style game would go, yeah, I think that would be I can't really get into KCD, but I would absolutely get into a Lord of the Rings adventure, even if it meant doing all of the hardcore elements that
Yeah,
KCD has.
that's my hope. Where like I really like KCD2, the little I played, but like my hope is when they make this RPG like Lord of the Rings game, make it more like a traditional RPG instead of like the kind of simulation aspect. Because I think you want this to appeal to as many people as possible. And I'm not saying KCD doesn't like it sold very well, but like I think you want this to be like a wide ranging, like everyone is playing this type game.
Yeah, I would be actually severely disappointed if they went a realistic approach with this, which I think they're smart enough not to do. It's like I like Warhorse being the studio for this because of their attention to detail and their ability to make immersive open worlds. That's where it stops, though. I don't want the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 combat. I don't want the attention to detail of having to put your armor on in a certain way. Like, no, I want this to be Middle Earth RPG. Like, make this. I'm not taking a bath in Middle Earth. Like, I was watching Jake Baldino's take on this a few days ago, and that's one of the things he said. He's like, I don't have to take a bath in the Middle Earth world. You know what I mean? Which that's something you do in Kingdom Come Deliverance too. Like, wash
Oh
off
yeah,
and all
yeah,
this
you
other
could
stuff.
wash.
It's like, yeah, like make the immersive open world, make it awesome, get the attention to details right on the buildings and just the world in general. I would love if this was third person. I don't think it will be, just because this is what they do. But that's where it stops for me from Warhorse getting their hands on. I think they're so talented that they can get everything else right without making it this immersive medieval sim. It's like, do not do that with Middle Earth. If that's the approach they take with it, fine, I guess that would make sense because this is who they are. But that's where I get less excited personally.
No, that's totally fair. I think it really just depends on like the direction they go. I do think they make it less simulation just because they understand like the level of IP. But hey, we'll see. I assume it's gonna be a while. I think I heard a rumor. I might be wrong. Don't quote me. That the Kingdom Come game is next year, so maybe it's like a way
No, that's not
smaller.
in the rumor. Whoever is in charge of, I forget if this was at the Embracer thing.
John Kingdom Come.
Yeah, he straight up said next fiscal year. Like the dude
Okay.
who was saying this, like, yeah, that's not a rumor. He just said literally it will come out next year. Like he said
Gotcha,
that.
yeah. So this is probably like a way smaller Kingdom Come
Yeah,
game.
that's
Which
why
I think
people are
is
like,
fair
"There's
as
no
well.
way this is Kingdom Come Deliverance 3." Like this is probably
Yeah.
I would say at it would come before March 2028. I would assume
Mhm.
that's how fiscal years work or whatever. I don't know, but like,
Yeah, well, it depends
whatever.
on like what their
Yeah,
fiscal year
yeah.
quarter is. That's so.
But there's a good
Yeah,
chance this is next year.
for sure, for sure. Let's get into our next thing. This is a quick one, kind of an update, really sad one. Nagoshi Studio, Gang of Dragon appears to have shut down once and for all. This comes from Instant Gaming News. First time I've used this website. It's a very funny website.
Once, okay.
Following the closure of its YouTube channel and its website, Nagoshi Studios now appears to have ceased to exist entirely. As a reminder, NetEase recently withdrew all funding from Gang of Dragon, the company's only title in development. On Google Maps, the Tokyo-based studio is now listed as permanently closed. There have been no official statement for now, so it's best to remain cautious on the matter, even though the game's future now appears to be sealed. I look at something like this and I just like get really annoyed. It's like no publisher, no publisher looked at like a Nagoshi game and said, "Oh, we could probably get our money back really quickly, especially since most of it's been funded." You just think, "Nah, let's not try." I can't understand that at all. I can't believe the idea that like a Sega, a Konami, a PlayStation, an Xbox, nobody looked at it and said, I mean, we could probably spare like some money and like get this thing published and probably get all of our investment returned. Nope. It's just this cool looking new game from an industry icon will just not release now. Just real shitty situation. And as per usual, NetEase is run by fucking idiots. They don't like the idea of ever finishing any of their games. They just shut down the studio and leave it at that, which sucks.
Yeah, I honestly
Uh,
don't have much to say about it because this isn't like my genre, but
mhm.
my only take is I guess the game just didn't look good enough. If they couldn't find anyone to publish
I
it,
just
like
can't
which see,
believe
I
that.
get exactly from what you're saying. It sounds hard to believe. You know what I mean? I feel like it would
Yeah.
have to look. Someone would want it, but if
I
genuinely
think
nobody wants it,
I think it was
like
revealed that it was like the last bit of money they needed for the finish it was $40 million, which isn't a small fund. I'm not gonna say that's like nothing, but like you're gonna get that money back. Like I do think that a game like this would sell at least 1 million copies. Like you will get that money back in my eyes, but just sucky, really sucky situation. And another studio or like game that to be shut down. Bloomberg Hasbro cancels the action adventure Dungeons and Dragon game by Giant Skull, the team led by Stig Amundsen of God of War 3 and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order director. Again, man, just shitty situation. Hasbro can't understand the fact that like maybe some of these games take a little while. But yeah, Stig, really iconic industry legend, just not going to be able to get this game out, which sucks.
well, we don't know that part yet because
Oh,
Stig and the studio did say like they're good. Like they said they're fine. They said
okay, that's good.
yeah, they said they're fine. They said the game's looking good. I think for whatever reason Hasbro just decided they didn't want to publish it. Like so I think they're going to find a publisher.
Yeah, hopefully. It's just one of those things where it's just like it's hard to really. I mean, Hasbro owns D&D.
Yeah, because this
So
wasn't
they,
Hasbro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just
yeah,
like
so maybe they can
they're
get the assets and make something else. I don't know.
yeah, like as far from a studio perspective, they said they'll be cool, they'll be chilling, but who knows?
Instead of fighting goblins, you fight globlins.
Yeah, they just
Robots.
make this. They just take all the assets out and just throw in generic.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for the news. We get to reviews of the week. There is a preview of the week, which is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Lots of stuff. Just some highlights. One of the most ambitious remakes ever made. This is Okami Games, by the way. An epilogue chapter has been added for Edward's story. Modern day storyline has been removed. New sea shanties. That's the hype thing. Tailing missions have been reworked. You can fight your way out instead of an instant desynced. PS5 and Xbox will have 60 FPS with ray tracing, releasing July 9th on PS5, Xbox, and PC. And there's a lot of other stuff if you guys want to pick at that. Fusion, I know you're real excited for this game. Bob, you voiced how you're not excited, and you think people who are excited are dumb.
And they're fat. But I do think really it comes more down to I loved Black Flag to death when it first came out. I played a ton of that game on I know it released on 360, but I think I played it more on the Xbox One. And it really kind of signified a new era for Ubisoft and the Assassin's Creed franchise. I would like to go back, but it's like when I'm sitting here and I haven't even played franchises like BioShock, it's like, can I really go back to a game I already know and love and like spent a lot of time with? Like, it's great. I'm not poo-pooing it. I think it looks great. It's just for my situation right now, I don't have time to go play this.
Is this something where? Because I was gonna ask if it came out in a better month for you, would you get around to it? But I feel like it is coming out in the best month. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I guess,
it's more so I like.
and you're gonna play Halo.
Yeah, but Halo's also like
8
6
hours.
hours. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna blow through that, and it's I'm not gonna think about it again probably. Whereas like with this, it's like I would probably do everything there is to do in the game, and it's a pretty beefy game, and I just think my time would be better utilized elsewhere.
That's fair. And I'm on the opposite side because I never got to really play the original. I just like I've messed around in it because did it come out? Is this 2014 or 2013? Or
I
was it even
think it
before that?
was 2013.
So the year the Xbox One came out.
Yeah, because I like I said, I think this came out for the 360 and PS3, but then most people played it on the new hardware because
Because that's what I was thinking. Because I remember playing it on an Xbox One, but I I just didn't play like a lot of it. This was before I even cared that much. Like up to this point, like one of the only single player games I really played to the completion was Far Cry 3. So it's like I played these games, but not to that level. So it's like I messed around with it. I think that's what makes me excited for this remake. Is as someone who's played now all the RPG Assassin's Creeds, and like I've played every Assassin's Creed up to this point since Origins, outside of Mirage, that Jack still gives me shit for that I still haven't played Mirage, but um, this was the Assassin's Creed of like I guess the pre-RPG games where I was like, this is the one I want remade. Like we don't get pirate games anymore. We don't get Assassin's Creed games like this anymore. I keep hearing how like the writing difference is insanely different. Like this is when they used to actually have good writing apparently. So it's like that's why I'm so excited, and the fact that like, just every preview up to this point has just been so glowing. Like they're actually doing a remake and doing it correct. It seems.
Yeah, I definitely my hesitancy comes from nothing about the game and my own
Yeah,
experiences
that's
because
totally fine.
and I do appreciate too. I don't think this was mentioned in what Wolf had said in the preview, but when they went to go like update the ship combat, someone apparently did bring up Skull and Bones, which Skull and Bones was kind
Hell
of
yeah.
the idea of Skull and Bones was birthed out of the success of Assassin's Creed Black Flag originally, and I guess the producer on the game said we only looked at the previous Black Flag. We did not look at anything else. Like without saying it directly, he's like, we did not look at Skull and Bones because Skull and Bones is more of like its own thing in that regard, and they wanted to try and keep it a little bit more arcadey and not as in depth Sims. So that was the right move.
They know mentioning Skull and Bones would probably go like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's talk about our reviews of the week, though. Starting over at Open Critic, we got 3. Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight, sitting at an 86 on Open Critic. 4 out of 5 from Eurogamer, 8 out of 10 from IGN, 4 out of 5 from The Gamer, 8.8 out of 10 from from Game Informer. Did I say Game Informer? Whatever. 8 out of 10 from GameSpot. People are very high on this game. My favorite thing, Fusion, was seeing people go like, "Oh, same reviewer, by the way, for IGN, who did Mixtape a 10 and then Lego Batman an 8." Guys, it's Lego Batman. Like, I'm sorry, man. You wanted him to give a 10 to Lego Batman. I really like Batman, so I definitely want to check this out later in the year. I'm just not really a big Lego game fan. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm too old for these games.
Dude, but this one looks different.
Huh?
This one looks different. I think you
Nah,
would
I
like
mean,
this one.
yeah. I know. I think I will. It's just like I'm sorry, I just can't stand when Lego fans are like, "This was the pinnacle of gaming." Were the Lego games? It's like, brother, I played them again recently. They're like mediocre beat 'em ups. Like they're fun. I loved a lot of the character around them, but like let's calm down on the glaze. And I say this, and I'm probably gonna check out the Yoshi game. So don't take my opinion
I
seriously.
know. He's like, I'm not gonna play this kid's game. I'm gonna play the other kid's game.
Exactly. But I'm curious, what are you guys thinking about this game? You gonna check it out?
Yeah, for me, if this came out at a better time, for one, I'm just so Batmaned out right now. I just watched all the Nolan movies.
Peak.
I played Batman Arkham Knight. Like I'm so kind of
Oh.
over Gotham at this current moment where I'm like, if this was anything else, like I really wanted this to be a Marvel game, whatever, or just anything else, honestly, I probably would have been here.
Mhm.
With also 007 comes out in 5 days. Like it was just a mixture of I had to prioritize one or the other, and I'm prioritizing 007. So like I will get to this
Okay.
by the end of the year, hopefully. Like this might be maybe a summer pickup, Black Friday pickup sometime. I do want to get to this game because I had interest. I'm just in a, like I said, a Batman fatigue mixed with this didn't come out at the greatest time for me.
Yeah,
definitely 007 is the priority for me as well. But what about you, Bob?
I thought it was interesting too. Rocksteady having a lot of work on this game to make it really try and be kind of Arkhamized to an extent from the original games. I thought it was interesting, Fusion. I don't know how much you watched it, but Barrett kind of funny giving it like a 7 or like wanted to give it like a 6.5. Like he and like he definitely has a very specific taste in games. But I do think it kind of comes across as like I think if I play this, I would just want to play another Arkham game, and this isn't going to be an Arkham game, and that's fine. I think for some people, it's still going to be enough. But I think, yeah, if I'm going to choose between this and 007, I'm going to choose 007. And I think I'm in a good spot with Batman as well, where it's like, yeah, if I have time, I'll pick this up. Also, I asked my girlfriend if because it does have co-op. I was like, hey, is this something you'd want to play co-op? She goes, nope. And I'm like, okay, then that was the last chance we were going to have to maybe check this out. But
He said grown ass man wanting to play Lego Batman.
Like, don't ever ask me to play a Lego game again.
well, because like because she will want to. She's like interested in co-op games, but like it has to like I was like, hey, would you play through mixtape? Because I would totally watch you play it. And then when she found out it was more like visual novel, like you're not really doing much, she's like, no, I'd rather watch a movie. I was like, okay.
Oh, she's spitting, man. Wait, that's the go. Your girlfriend's kind of based.
And like she liked It Takes Two and Split Fiction. So like I feel like a Lego game's kind of a good balance where it's like, all right, this isn't gonna kick your ass. But you'd have fun.
Genre? Or like does she?
Yeah, she
care
doesn't
about
like Batman. She doesn't
Yeah, I
care
was just
about
saying
Batman.
I was just saying because I think Lego games are fun co-op games that you could definitely do with your girlfriend. That like if it had a better, she might like Lego Horizon, bro. Put her on.
Oh, God.
You could get her on Overcooked, Bob. That's the strat.
I'm trying to keep this relationship going.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's
Dude,
no way.
Yeah, Overcooked is when you play with your friend that you already hate.
Yeah, but to Bob's point, real quick, just the Barrett thing. Because I did watch that review, he got so much unwarranted shit for that. Because like the next day, he talked about where it's like a lot of those comments were like, why are you playing this game and then want an Arkham experience or the Batman experience? And to Barrett's point, the entire game is basically wanting to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the entire game is based off of the Arkham games and the movies. Why is it a bad review if he goes in there and talks about how it doesn't reach the heights of those things it wants to be? Like, you know what I mean? He got a lot of shit for that because I was reading the comments and he brought it up in his Black Flag. He did a Black Flag preview as well, and he brought that up top where it's like people gave him so much shit for his take on Batman. It's like, for one, opinions are just opinions. People just hate it. But also, like, he was giving thoughtful takes compared to other reviewers where he's like, and he's a big Arkham fan. So it's like, if I'm going to take everything this game is basing itself off of, I'm going to make those comparisons. You know what I mean? So, but either way, I am still I'm not very excited, but 86 is about the range I also thought it would be. I think, but I was just saying, I think it is higher than I thought. I thought it'd be like 82, 83 maybe range, but I don't know. There was also a time where the entire internet was saying it was going to be Game of the Year over GTA, and I think I
Yeah,
bought it. I didn't buy into that, but I bought into maybe this game could hit like an 88 somehow. Like it did look really, like it was starting to look really good at times, but yeah, people are idiots.
those were the people. Those were the people who played Lego Star Wars and thought gaming couldn't get better than this, and then they played a game with actually good combat. I'm sorry, I'm hating it. I
No,
don't
Lego
know,
Star
guys.
Wars was bad. I
I-
hated the
That's how
Skywalker
that's how I
saga.
know the Lego games, baby. Right there, I played the whole thing. Ask me anything
Listen,
about Star
no,
Wars.
no,
I
no.
know now because of Lego.
I didn't play Skywalker Saga. I was talking about like the PS2 era ones. That
Oh, those
one,
are great.
no, they're great. They're good. Okay, but like you go back to them, it's like yeah, I grew up on them. I loved them as a kid, and then you play them now. It's like I'm hitting one button. Like I'm not
Yeah.
really even playing. Like I'm not disrespecting them. They're classics for a reason. But like we got to stop putting them up there with like saying Lego Batman's gonna be Game of the Year. Like
Yeah.
guys,
Because we were getting a lot of that last year. Genuinely, people were like, "This is going to be Game of the Year," which I'm sure for
for their
some people
personal
it will
Game of
be.
the Year, I
You know what I
totally
mean?
get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like for some
that's the
people, this 100% will be. But like, even my
Just
one friend texted me this morning. He said, "Game of the Year day." I'm like, "Bro, this game's not even getting close at the game." I said, if this game's lucky, it's going to fight for 5th place at best family game. Like, come on.
I'm just
Like,
saying, Fusion, get ready for when the nominees are revealed. Lego
there's
Batman's
no
not
way.
there. What? What is
Oh
happening?
yeah,
How
people
did
will
Lego
complain.
Batman not make it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're making fun of Lego. Y'all,
Oh yeah,
y'all are
like
eating good. We don't want to be disrespectful.
yeah, and again, I'm gonna play it, so like I'm not hating at all.
Another game for kids, but this time I'm gonna play it. It's Yoshi and the Mysterious. I'm probably not. I'm not gonna play it day one, but sitting at
Better
79.
not.
Okay. You know what? Now I am now.
Dude, well, I guess it is only $50, but go
I
ahead.
79 on OpenCritic, 6 out of 10 from IGN, brutal. 7 out of 10 from GameSpot, 4 out of 5 from Giant Bomb. I saw VGC gave it a 5 out of 5. It seems like it's a good kids game. I will say I definitely got more interested when I saw like a lot of people I know that are more skeptical of like modern Yoshi games, who weren't into Crafted World go like, no, this is actually like really good. Like it's really interesting. It's just, man, I want Yoshi's Island again. That's my favorite Yoshi game. I want kind of that vibe, that gameplay difficulty again. These games are effectively just kids games now, like toddler games specifically. Which, you know, at the end of the day, it's fine. Like I'm fine with like having franchises that you outgrow out of. But I do still want to check this out. It does look like a good time, very creative. It's just a lot of stuff coming out right now. I'm with you, Fusion. I'm on that 007 hype train. I'm jumping on that day one.
Like to hear.
This is the exact kind of game that I would have played on my Switch 1 because my Switch 1 allowed me to play games.
Now you got to Now you got to pay for them. Oh.
I'm not paying $50 fucking
I'm
dollars to
not
read a
telling
book.
you to pay for it. I'm not telling you to pay for it.
Read a book.
I'm just saying the moment he has to pay for games, Bob's a little more negative towards gaming.
Yeah,
Maybe-
it turns out I don't want to spend $50 on this.
Hey, you know what? $50.
It's actually 60 for cool people who get a physical.
You know how it is, baby. Last review of the week, I wanted to bring up Bubsy 40 sitting at a 72 on OpenCritic. What? Why?
It's for Jack. Shout out Jack.
This is
Yeah.
for me, bitch.
Oh, I remember you were into Bubsy.
Yeah, I like Bubsy. Oh, Bob's been very rude today. I want to point that out.
Yeah, you know what? Bubsy's fat too.
Oh my god.
No,
Okay.
Bubsy's in great shape.
7 out of 10 from IGN, 4 out of 5 from The Gamer, 3 out of 5 from Giant Bomb, 7 from Nintendo Life. Seems like it's kind of sitting in the mid-range. People are like, yeah, this is good, but like definitely could have been done more. Hearing some reviews, definitely people talk about like how the movement is really strong, but like everything else is just kind of losing it. Or just like specifically level design isn't as strong as it could be, especially later on. I want to check it out eventually, but maybe not immediately. I definitely think a lot of the reviews told me it's like, okay, this is a wait for the sale type joint.
I've never seen a game like be this different. Like the Metacritic for this game 62.
62.
Yeah,
Like,
because this is because when
platform.
when Andy was reading it on Kind of Funny yesterday, he said 62. That's why I was like, did it jump up 10 spots? But no, I just checked the Metacritic. The Metacritic said 62. I'm like, what the hell?
I think OpenCritic is more not inclusive.
OpenCritic has more reviews, so
Oh. Okay, well I guess the extra reviews were more positive. I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, that's my
Uh,
only assumption. Yeah.
well, we'll see. I'm interested to still check it out. Let's move in to our last thing. The NPD sales, as Bob alluded to me earlier. I didn't know these came out. Matt only is doing the top 10. So guys can predict the top 10 games of April. For every game Bob gets wrong, Fusion, I want you to make fun of him specifically. Because he's been really
Well.
mean this episode.
And he did say he studied for this or something.
No, I just
He's
knew
prepared.
that I wasn't gonna be surprised this time because I started to realize that if I do an episode around the 20th, that it's gonna happen.
I don't bring you on purpose, by the way.
I know.
He's like, oh,
know.
I need to embarrass Bop every month.
Yeah, really, that'd be crazy. Anyways, the top 10 instead of top 20 best-selling games of April. Let's hear it.
Saros. I only knew Saros because Twitter, but Saros is on there at 9.
Yeah, Saros is number 9. Pretty decent. I feel like it should be
So, because I only heard about this, but I'm assuming this went into effect for this list. Is he now including like the digital estimates for like Nintendo?
Yeah, so I think it's the star includes digital sales projections. So
Okay.
not
So
necessarily
then-
like the official digital sales, but like just projections.
Well, Fusion, do you know why I'm asking that question?
No.
Because you're going to be mad at where this is probably going to be placed. Wolf, why don't you tell me where Tamagotchi Life is?
Tomodachi Life
one.
Living the Dream is number 1.
I was just saying, I've heard from Kind of Funny that game's selling incredibly well. So.
Yeah.
But did you think Fusion was gonna be like yelling a racial standing
No, I
after?
just like, yeah, I don't know. I
mean,
just
it-
couldn't believe
Yeah,
that
it
game
is
was
crazy.
number one.
I'm not surprised. I mean, hey, you make a good game, and clearly
But
it's
good-
selling well.
Good
because
shout from you though, Bop, because I would have never guessed it.
the virality has definitely helped a lot with it.
Is Pacopia still up there?
Yeah, it is number 6.
Yeah.
What about Pragmata?
Okay, I see what it is, Bob. You're just mad that Tomodachi Life seems to be selling better than Pocopia.
That's when Tamagotchi Life came out. Pacopia the month before did just fine. Thank you very much.
Yo, he's getting defensive. Anyways, what were you saying about Fusion?
Pragmata?
Yeah, Pragmata is number 2. Really good for Pragmata.
Is
that is
RE9
really good.
still up there? I don't know. if 4 and
No
1
Resident
but-
Evil.
Okay.
All right, Bob, you get to make fun of Fusion because he got something wrong.
I don't know. Do I want to call everyone fat today? Yeah, I guess so.
Everyone gonna be fat today?
Fusion's definitely the most in shape out of all of us. I don't think we
Yeah,
can do it.
100%.
It's gonna backfire on us.
That man hasn't eaten fast food in like 6 months. I give him so much credit for that.
Yo,
been a
when you
long
get him
time.
near a Jack in the Box, it's Jover.
I know.
Okay. God, what? Crimson Desert.
Crimson Desert, number 3.
Good call.
Um,
Really interesting, by
There's
the
gotta
way.
be sports games on there still, right?
Only one.
Which FIFA?
We're only
the
doing
show.
Oh, MLB,
MLB The Show,
Yeah,
number
okay,
4.
good call.
Damn, I'm on it.
Yeah, you were. That's a
Okay.
good call.
I'll tell you guys right now, you're not getting number 5. I've never heard of this game.
Well,
Shit.
that means I've heard of it.
Is it?
Wait, Subnautica 2? No, that just came out.
No, that just came out.
That just came out. Wasn't there a big
Um,
indie last year? Oh, is Slay the Spire 2 on there? Does that
No.
wrap it? Okay.
You guys are missing one more or 2 more Nintendo games.
Two
And
more
Mario Kart
Nintendo
World?
games.
Mario Kart World is number 10.
Wow.
Damn.
It looks like you needed the digital sales projections to get up there. All I'm saying. No, that's not another one.
Fucking! I swear to God, is Fire Red and Leaf Green on there?
No.
Okay.
Another Nintendo game.
He's gonna be mad about the $20 games getting up there. Can't getting mad about
just-
$50 games doing well. You
I'm
can't
just
spend any
mad.
money on
You know,
Nintendo
maybe
games
you're right.
anymore.
Maybe I'm just mad.
What would the other Nintendo game be?
It came out late last year. And it was-
Dread or ZA?
No, neither of them. Dread?
Fuck.
What Dread?
They're not Dread. Prime 4.
Prime.
Oh, God forbid, no.
It came out late last year.
I'll be real. I forgot it came out, and I played through both. of these
Kirby?
games. No, not Kirby.
Okay.
Oh, Super Mario Galaxy or whatever. The
Yeah,
two
Galaxy 1 plus 2.
Wow.
Oh shit. Okay.
When you said
I'm
both
Wow.
of them, I really thought of
That's insane.
Dude, the movie helps a lot, man.
Oh,
This is why he-
no, you're right. You're right. I totally forgot about
This
that.
is why
That
he-
actually makes a lot of sense.
This is probably why he's changed to 10 games, by the way, because he's like, with all the Nintendo stuff, like all 20 of it would just be Nintendo. He's like, let me
Yeah,
just
he's
do
a big
10, so
Nintendo guy. He's
only
trying to
8 of them are Nintendo.
his guess Nintendo, you know. Famously massive Nintendo fan, Matt Piscatella.
So how many are we missing? What, 2, 3?
You were missing 1, 2. Yeah, you're missing 2 games.
Uh,
One
Wait,
of them
those-
you're not getting.
Is
Can
Call
we
of
get
Duty
a
on that?
hint?
Okay, one of them, Bob, you betrayed me on this game.
Oh, shit. What did I betray you
Yeah.
on?
That's
A lot,
long
really,
list.
honestly.
No, oh, Starfield, right?
Yeah, Starfield number
Let's
8.
fucking go.
Was that the Betray game?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
betrayed
that
me.
was the
on that.
betrayed game.
I want to point out the last month rank was 218.
Yeah,
And it got
dude, I'm telling you, that DLC and update was good.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good call,
then-
because yeah, it dropped on PlayStation.
Yeah, 20 people bought it on PlayStation.
Shout out. Shout out,
Gosh,
Bench.
what
Already dropped
else?
it.
Shout out Spench. This last game, you guys aren't you just aren't.
But like, what's the genre? Come on, give us something.
Publisher is Kraken Express. And then it is on Steam. It is a survival adventure game.
Oh, Winrose?
Oh
How
yeah,
the
the
fuck
pirate
do you
game.
know
It's
that?
the pirate
Yeah,
game.
because
Yeah.
that's actually very popular.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
it's- like,
limited
I think it got 2 million in a day or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like a pirate
the pirate
survival
game.
crafter.
It's a
It
good call.
popped off.
I would have
Wait.
never remembered the name, but good shout, Bop. I would have said the pirate game.
I'm
Dude,
on
I
it.
love pirates. Wait, hang on. Let me see it.
I don't think like it does not look good.
It's kind of it's kind of like oh, what was that other one? Not Conan. It's kind of like the medieval looking one. There's been so many of them, but
Can we have a pirate game without the crafting, man? I want to be a pirate. Oh
Yeah,
god,
Black
no, wait,
Flag.
Yeah,
don't
you're
say
getting Black Flag.
No. Assassin's Creed, I can't do that.
What medieval game were you talking about, Bob?
no, not
Dawn?
Ark. I'm trying to remember. Hold on, I gotta look it
Atlas.
up now because Valheim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Winrose was giving me Valheim vibes.
Okay. Well, shout out to Windrose. That was the top 10. Honestly, though, Fusion, you kind of are spitting. It is interesting looking at the digital sales projections. That alone increased a lot of the Nintendo games. On
Yeah,
this
by
top
like
10.
a huge amount. Yeah. So
I mean, like, you look at it, it's like Tomodachi Life probably wasn't going to be the number 1 rank if it didn't include the digital sales projections. Pocopia may have fallen out of the top 10. I will say, Matt, you betrayed me. I hate how it's only top 10. I want to see the top 20, man. Like, what the hell?
yeah,
I don't know what
I think
happened there.
maybe it's a mix of just seeing the same sports games every single time from like 10 to 20 every month, like they stayed on there, or Call of Duty, and like I could see a world where he's like, I just want like, because the top 10 I feel like does show more support for newer games, like Sorrow showing up there, and even Starfield releasing on PlayStation, where it's like, if it's that 20, again, we're talking 10 out of 20 every single month are the exact same games we said the month before.
Mhm.
True.
It's interesting. Yeah. I just like having more numbers and more data in general, but I can understand that
Yeah.
ideology of just like, hey, you guys aren't really surprised every month. So
But I also like the way Suricana does it rather than like what PlayStation's trying to do or what Alinea does, because they like you can't really stoke the fanboy wars with what they post. So it's like but it's still like interesting data.
let's move on to what we've been playing. Let's get real quick through this because we've been here a while. I real quick finished Super Meat Boy 3D. It's fine. It's like a 6 out of 10.
Hey, that's where I was. Okay. good to
Yeah,
see.
you get the same
Jack
taste,
gave me
you know?
shit for that. He's like, there's no way that's a 6. I'm like, dog. It's just an okay game. Like, it's
That's
as
probably-
fine as it gets.
Max. It's very much like, I feel like the camera angle really fucks this
Oh, I
game.
hate the camera angle. I don't like the
it's-
3D, I'll be honest.
It just feels very like, what's the word? I feel like I'm never in control of where I'm landing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going half the time, where I have to make these really specific jumps, especially in the later levels. And in like a Mario game, for example, or Crash 4, you've been playing that, Fusion. I feel like I'm always in control of my jumps. I know where I'm going to land. I know where it's wanting me to go, all that. Super Meat Boy, I'm like, coin flip. It's like, you know what? A little bit to the left, and I would have made that jump, but I have no fucking clue where I'm going half the time because this camera angle is like both way too far and way too close at the same time. And it just leads to me being pretty down on the experience by the end. Where in the beginning I was actually really enjoying it, but then eventually I'm like, I was going for all the like best times and the bandages, and then eventually I'm like, I just don't care anymore. Like these levels are just not nearly as exciting, and the boss fights suck. But the boss fights in the
Oh,
original
so
we
yeah.
played sucked too. So that's a
My
personal thing.
my big thing there was I don't know how you feel. I just felt like there was zero innovation. Like out of all the platformers that we've had in the last decade, I went to Super Meat Boy 3D and I'm like, none of these levels feel like there's anything special at all.
There's no ideas like that feel truly like new. It very much is like following a lot of the playbooks. It's like there was some like near the end. It's like there was these bloat flies that would shit you out. It's like okay, that's kind of
But
interesting, but
yeah,
it's also like I've seen that before, and also it's like I wasn't like blown away by the levels they were in either. So it just led me being like, yeah, this is an okay game. Like if you can get it on a sale, if you're a big fan of Meat Boy, I think you'll find some fun out of it. But I don't know if it's something I would rush out to buy. I'm glad I finally finished it though. I got a lot of flames on the or stokes on the whatever. You know what I mean. But yeah, that's it. For me, really, just been playing that and a lot of Pokemon stuff. Uh, Bop, I think it's important to talk to you. You got it. Forza Horizon 6. Your beloved, your king.
hasn't
Tell me all
showered in a
about
week.
it.
Well, and it's also I'm glad I was able to come on this week after you guys slandered my goat while I was gone last week. Don't
We
think
didn't.
I didn't listen
I
and
didn't
was
know you
yelling at
listened.
you the whole time. Of course, I listen to every episode.
Oh, you're so sweet, Bob. Thank you. You didn't tag me afterwards, so I'm like, oh, I guess he
He
didn't.
tagged me.
Oh, I tagged Fusion because Fusion was the one talking shit.
I was not talking shit. I was complimenting Playground.
If anything, I was the one talking more shit, so I'm
He hated.
surprised.
Uh,
No, he gave me shit because I said it's just a racing game,
That's
No,
funny.
man, it's
which it
more than
is.
that. But
By definition.
so I was thinking about this earlier today, because yeah, I've been playing. I think I'm already at 36 hours, I think. I'm doing everything there is to do in the game, and I'm pretty far along. I think I only have like 2 more wristbands, but I'm like making sure every single thing has been getting done. I think I only have 100 or 80 or so roads left to 100% the map. I've done all the mascots. I'm 10 away from getting all the boards. And I've been like bouncing around a couple different discords, adding everyone on Xbox or Steam to add to my leaderboards, and I don't think there's a single thing anyone else is beating me in. The hardest one was actually Jeff Grubb, because apparently there was one speed trap in the beginning or during the review period where he was trying to be number one just so he could say he was number one in the world. And I will also point out, Fusion, the top, I would say, 2 to, depending on which one it is, like 2 to 100 people to 1,000 people kind of just hack. And unfortunately, Playground doesn't do a whole lot about it. So like you'll never legitimately be number one in any of the leaderboard stuff unless you hack the game. But that being said, he did one speed trap where he was like, it took me 45 minutes to beat him. But I am, as far as I can tell, I'm literally the top of the leaderboard of every single thing. As far as like
You have better cars.
Try hard, man.
well, that I do have better cars. However, the monthly rivals were all in the same car, and I still have the top time on that. So you need to post a time there, buddy boy.
I just want to point out that he's up there because I gave him that Crunchyroll referral code.
Oh,
Like that.
I haven't redeemed that yet. I actually
Oh,
do
okay,
need to
then,
redeem that.
Okay, there we go.
No,
I
I will
totally
say the
forgot
last
about
time
that.
trial I did, we had the same car and you did beat me. So
Thank you.
and I didn't even retry. I said, yeah, he's got me about 4 seconds. That's good enough.
Literally, Fusion, like if I do something and someone else has done it, I'll look at it and be like, I'm not winning by enough. I could
Dude,
do another couple seconds.
I have one dude on my friends list who was like, and the same thing that you beat me in was like in the top 400 players in the world, and I was like, dog, what? In the, like, I don't know who this is, don't remember him on my friends list, but I'm like, I'm never, and he beat both our time by like 20 seconds. I'm like, I don't know what this fella's doing.
For what? Do you
It was
remember? Like what?
no, I don't think it was. I think it was like one of those stupid, not as like getting a wristband, like one of those.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and to be fair, I'm not really like I don't
It was
really pay
for
much attention in those, but
the pink wristband. I want to say because that's the latest one I got, like the snow one, whatever.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, and like I'm like gotta be honest, that's like the one thing I don't look at. Like I don't look at leaderboards for the big showcase events or like the races. It's really the PR stunts and then the
Speed traps.
the monthly rivals time
Mm.
trial thing because we're all in this. That one I think is the most quintessential mode to compare against your friends because we're all in the same car and you have a ghost, so you can literally look at the person you're trying to chase's lap and try and beat it. I just have a really fun time with that one specifically, and that was the one in 5 where like I literally spent the first month just going back and forth against my buddy, and we ended up like top. I want to say definitely top 1,000. I think we made it up to like 400 or something. And this was at the end of the month when everyone had already tried it. So like it was just insane. So I'm hoping that that happens again here. But to kind of go back to the big picture, I was talking about it, or I was thinking about it before this, because I think this game will. It's already very clear and away my front runner for game of the year. GTA 6 will probably be the one thing that could maybe come close, but like if for some reason that doesn't come out, this will be my game of the year. I do think it's on pace to beat Forza Horizon 3 as my favorite Forza Horizon game. Which
even your favorite.
no, after thinking about it, like I like 5. 5 is my second favorite, and I think it's number 10 on my all-time list. I still really like 5, but there's just something about 3 that hit a little bit harder for me, and there are some certain elements about the game that actually was done better that they kind of went away from, and now that they're getting back to, I think it's 6. But yeah, I think when the dust settles, there's a very good chance this becomes either number 4 or number 5 all time for me. But I was wondering, I was like, why? And you guys even talked about it last week, like, why does Bob love this game so much? And it kind of came down to a few things.
Radio host.
Yeah, the radio host, shout out. Oh, actually, Fusion, you should see the headshot of the actress for that radio. You're gonna lose your mind. Anyway, I'll send it to you later. I mean, first things first, the map. I mean, obviously Japan, like I'm not like as disrespectful as Bench is about it. Like it's not just because it's Japan.
Place Japan.
Right. It is genuinely just there's something about Mount Fuji being in the background of every single shot that just like hits different. The cherry blossoms hit so good. Tokyo is so well designed. All the highway systems and the complexity there. I truly understand what they mean when they say we didn't have the tech for this yet, because they are right. Like you go back even to 5 or 4, like no, there aren't really overpasses, and if there are, they're not very complex. Like this game in certain areas just has these like 3-tiered structure of highways that are so good and so in depth that they just make it really fun. And every region is kind of its own thing. So like there's farmland, there's like these old historic villages. There's the snow area, the mountains. You have the coastal areas right by the ocean. You have the downtown city areas. You have like rolling hills, and you have your like flat out highways. It just has such great diversity. So like everything's interesting. I don't think anything really blends together. Maybe some of the countryside, but even then, there's like the more like wheat fields. There's the flower beds. Like they really do make an emphasis where it's like it's not just desert. Because I will say, a lot of Mexico was desert, which is fine, but I do understand why people think it blends in. I think there's a good balance of skill and fun in the map, and it's massive. I mean, the Fusion. I don't know what you were expecting for a map, but like, it's gigantic.
Yeah, it's very big. I hit like I haven't even like I just got to that snowy area. I was like, I don't even know
Right.
that place. It's
Right. Yeah.
even here.
You don't even think about scrolling that far up on the map. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Which I will say, it's probably a hot take, and maybe I just don't know Japan enough. but like I don't feel like I'm in Japan at all. And maybe I
Yeah.
don't know. And again, maybe it's just my freaking
Yeah, go to
white,
Shibuya.
yeah, white ignorance where I'm like, for some reason, I think in Japan, I'm thinking of freaking Ghost of Yote, like stupid stuff like that. But like, obviously, modern Japan's different. But it's like, I'm just driving around and it's like, you could have told me this was any place, I feel like. And I was like, until I see like cherry blossom tree, and I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. But like, from my outside perspective, I guess I don't know. I'm like driving through Tokyo and stuff, and it's like, if you gave me this game and told me to guess the city from just someone driving it, I probably would not have had a great guess. And that because maybe it's just me, and maybe just me not being informed. But I don't know. I felt like when I'm driving around, which is fine because the map looks awesome and the world looks awesome, the city and everything still looks great. But I don't get the straight up like I'm in Japan vibe as much as I guess you are.
Yeah, and are you saying overall or just in the mountain area?
Just overall, but also I haven't explored the whole map. So like me getting to like the snow and the waterfalls and stuff, it does start to feel more like Japan the further I'm getting into it. But like at least from my beginning hours, like even just driving through Tokyo, like it doesn't feel like Tokyo to me, but it just feels like a generic city.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess that's interesting because um, there are certain landmarks that like really hone in that
Yeah,
it's
that I wouldn't
Japan, but
know. So,
but it's
yeah.
also a thing of like they don't ever make a one-to-one recreation. They will. I mean, obviously, like it's not like that's actually Japan, but they do a really good job of like trying to blend in everything while also making the roads like usable and fun and like, transition between one another. So like yeah, that's not exactly what Tokyo looks like, but they have like Shibuya Crossing, which is like that huge like Times Square looking area. They
Oh yeah.
have the radio tower. They have the garden in the middle of the city. Like so they kind of blend it in a way where it's like it's not like a GTA map where you're like,
Mhm.
oh no, this is the exact bridge and crossing going to the Santa Monica Pier, but they do still implement landmarks to make it look like it's a slight step down from as photorealistic as GTA is. But going on to so the map is great. The graphics and performance has been fantastic. The game's a looker. The ray tracing and reflections until the latest update looked really good. I'm getting about 110 FPS. I've been abusing the photo mode in this game. It's so good. The game looks amazing at night or in puddles. All the neon lights. It all just looks amazing. I'll say Fusion. I don't know about you. So obviously I turned off ray tracing lighting because of the effects at night. It looked really
Mhm.
bad and noisy. But then the ghosting is also really bad. And so I actually switched. I took off DLSS and I switched to TAA. But obviously there's no frame gen and that's a little bit harder on my hardware.
Yeah.
So I actually switched off the ray tracing reflections, and so I'm back to global illumination. But like I told you, I think it looks great on those settings too. And if I'm not getting the ghosting and I'm still getting 110 frames, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't. I rarely mess with ray tracing anyways, just because I don't like the performance impact it has. So like I haven't messed with ray tracing and stuff, and like so I've been on TAA the whole time, like native 4K, like haven't had any ghosting issues. I will say there's been a few times where I get noticeable frame drops, and I don't know if that's just the game or just my rig, but like outside of that, it's been pretty good. Like I get 120, 130 FPS, and like but there's sometimes where I'm going 140 miles per hour, and the game's like, "Wait, you're going so fast we can't keep up," and like I'll drop to like maybe 90 frames or something, and it's still a respectable frames like to get, but it's just so noticeable because of going from 130 to 90 in such a quick instant, and it immediately always jumps back up. It's not like something that lasts for very long, but it'll be like a second of a real quick getting 1% low or something in there.
Yeah, and I think to your point, I think that unfortunately is an AMD GPU specific thing because I have seen people mention that and upvote it. That
Oh,
apparently,
okay.
I don't know if it's a driver, like a game related thing, but you are not alone in that. It seems to, but it only seems to be because I haven't had that. I think
Mhm.
people have deducted it's an AMD thing, unfortunately.
Damn,
Um,
it's AMD.
you know, Shout out. But and then going into the gameplay, the driving has been tweaked. I know that's a crazy thing to say, but it kind of is more of the Forza Motorsport 2023 engine. And what that means is I think it's a little bit looser. I think Moon even says like, "Wow, I'm sliding a lot around a lot in this game," which you would in the previous games, but I think you really have to be deliberate about how you brake and how the momentum of your car shifts, because it is very easy to get oversteer, understeer. But I like that because there actually is a good risk reward there. So the driving has been fun. Making most of the trees breakable, thank fucking God. There's nothing worse than like driving slightly. Now, granted, I think the cherry blossoms and some of the like historical trees can't be broken for the same
Yeah, they
reason
can't.
that what was it? Assassin's Creed Shadows didn't do it either. It's more of like a cultural respect thing, which I don't care. Like I'm fine with that. I know some people are weird about it. Who cares? It's a video game.
Yeah.
But the rest of the trees being breakable is so nice because it's like if I go through the forest, please don't make me stop on a dime. I understand this is unrealistic, but I'm also driving through the hills and committing manslaughter if, there are people in this game. So who the fuck
And you get
cares?
points. I like it. I'd be crashing through trees. I get points for it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like it's an arcade game at the end of the day. Like treat it like an arcade
I
game.
think the game would be significantly worse if every tree you hit stopped you. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
not
play
a
the
Forza
older
fanatic,
ones.
but yeah, like the fact that I can just go through trees. Like sometimes I don't want to stay on the road. Sometimes I just want to, like, isn't the whole point of like the Horizon series the off-roading? Like that's the
Yes.
cool part. So
Yes.
like, yeah,
So yeah, that and like it wasn't all of the trees before, but it was like the GTA thing where it's like the skinny ones could break, but the thick ones wouldn't. And now it's
Mhm.
like screw that, all of them break for the most
I
part.
like that. I can like a lot of things break in this game. I could be running over fences and a bunch of. I'm like,
Yeah.
so that's crazy. I didn't know that wasn't how this franchise was in the past. I thought
Yeah.
this was what made it fun.
Some of the barriers used to be a lot harder, but now you can like fall off of bridges if you're not paying attention, which is, yeah, to your point, I think it's an arcade game. Like who cares if it's unrealistic? Just make it an arcade game.
Mhm.
The progression I think has been better. Um, I know with the premium edition, you get a lot of cars, and the normal edition's a little bit better about that. I kind of self arbitrarily limit myself, but I still think like going from the hey, you're already a Horizon legend, choose where you want to expand the festival. Fuck that. Give me the wristbands. Give me like a zero to hero kind of progression system. I just think that works better. But so it's funny because I feel like this is how you're doing it, Fusion, and how most people are probably doing it. But when you get the next showcase event, do you immediately go to it?
What's the showcase?
Like like the mech or the snow one or
No, because I
the
can't. I need to earn it.
okay, but once you unlock it, do you just
Yeah,
immediately
I
go
like.
there?
Yeah, my thing has been like I get the next showcase thing, and then I go around the map, explore the map, do speed traps, do a bunch of stuff. But the moment I get enough tickets or whatever to enter that next race, I go and do that next race, and then
Yeah.
yeah, and then I usually like, yeah, that's been my rotation.
So I think that's interesting because I think what ends up happening there is this game, like when you get another wristband, the amount of icons it throws at you like rivals The Witcher 3, and I think that can be really overwhelming for most people. And so the way I have always approached Forza is I don't hit the showcase event until every single icon I've done has been completed. Now that means I'm 100%ing the game, but I think it's just an easy like if I didn't and I just jumped from showcase to showcase, I would get so overwhelmed with how many icons there are. So I think that's still something that could be balanced. And I know a lot of people were like, yeah, you really have to grind at the end of the game. And I think that's because if you just jump from wristband to wristband, you're going to have so many empty icons that you need to do at the end of the game where it's like, yeah, you probably should have been doing a little bit more of this, but either way, I still enjoy it. Sorry, I'll try and go a little bit faster here.
It's all good.
But I do really love driving down every single road. I love doing every single race. I love doing every single PR stunt. I think there is like small things that make each thing so interesting, and I really, really love that. I think all of the games have done a good job of it, but for some reason, it's just hitting in this game, and I think they did such a good design job. The online content just started yesterday, and that is a fantastic way to keep people engaged because they do offer new events. They offer, it's like, hey, do participate in something you don't usually do, or like do this online event. And you'll get points to earn up towards a car. And I think I'm really going to try and interact with this one because it seems pretty well done rather than previous modes. And also the car that they're going to give you is sick as hell. The Toge modes, which is arguably the one like new thing they added, where it's like a one-on-one on like the switchbacks, because that's the thing, man. Like the map is so good with the amount of like switchbacks and like just I guess quintessential Tokyo roads that people know from like Tokyo Drift or Drift King or like certain animes. Like they did such a good job of capturing those that it just looks so unbelievably good, and they're fun. Like those are the kind of races where it's like you're dive bombing into every corner and they're tight, like back and forth battles. That's so good. The story modes are fun. I really like the Yuji's Auto or the photo one or the Drift Club or the tours. Like I think the tours are probably the best one because it's like you're actually learning about Japan. You're learning about the cars you're driving. They still give you a fun thing to do at the end, but like it's a genuine story mode. Like not in a super narrative heavy thing, but it is a change of pace from just driving around. The one complaint there is like the Drift Club one doesn't tell you how to drift, and the tuning one doesn't tell you how to actually tune. So it's like, hey guys, maybe explain these things because I know like Bench was like, how do I drift? And it's like, yeah, they really just don't tell you how to drift. You have to look up a guide on it.
Drifting feels important too. What the hell?
It's very important. So and you can pretty much tune a car to do it, but like, yeah, you do kind of have to watch a YouTube tutorial to get an understanding of it. The cars are great, but yeah, I mean, just to wrap it up, it's just like I think, again, going back to like, oh, it's just more Forza Horizon, but it's in Japan, and it's like, I don't know. I think that's just such a reductionist take because that could, like, to me, that's like saying, oh, Mario Wonder is just another Mario game, but it's you have this Wonder gimmick. It's like no, it's like if I said that to you, Wolf, you'd be like, no, there's like way
Yeah, I'd actually
more.
kill you.
Yeah, like there's more that goes into those kind of games than just yeah, okay, it's the same game with a new gimmick, and I feel the same way about a racing game or even like fighting games too. Like they do feel different and they do feel distinct and they do feel important. But I also understand that not everyone's going to interact in such a depth that they're going to experience that. I am happy though that like Wolf's playing it, Bench is playing it, Moon's
No, I'm
playing it,
not.
Beef's playing it. Like everyone's
didn't
getting on it and having fun.
Wait, did you say I was playing it? Or
Yeah,
did
he,
Oh,
he
did I
hit the
say
same
you? Sorry,
animation.
I
Yeah,
meant
no,
Fusion.
Yeah.
Alright.
And like, then he said
I
everyone
don't
else,
have
and like
the
I have like
info.
more hours than everyone else, but it's fine.
Yeah, no,
Maybe not Beef, but
like I do enjoy it, and like hopefully, like I'm not expecting it to go high on the Soggies, but like I'm hoping it's at
I'll be
least in
honest with
the
you right now, Bob. I would not put it on my list,
yeah, and that's fine.
but which is fine. But I'm having fun.
Yeah, and you're having fun,
The
and that's
the
all I could
cars
ask for.
the
But
cars like
like,
got a dead car dad. That's why he can't put it in with a not
well,
dad.
actually, one of the barn finds is owned by one of the players' fathers. So
The treasure cars and the barn, fine. They need more of that. Those are what I like.
yeah, those are fun. But yeah, that's all to say. I think I've ranted long enough. But like,
Hey, man.
if you guys ever want to know why I love Forza Horizon games so much, like that is why. They are just like it's one of the few games remaining where it's like I could sit down for 8 hours and be like, nah, I don't need dinner tonight. Nah, I don't need to check my phone.
Fun.
I just need to go to the next thing, blast some tunes, have a lot of fun, and have kind of just like that childlike wonder and experience. And I just don't get that from many games nowadays.
Well, good on you, Bob. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We don't really have much else to talk about what we've been playing.
I mean, I beat Mixtape, but I mean,
yeah, did you like that?
So I think I ended up at an 8. And I think me and Fusion kind of ended up kind of in a similar spot where I'm not old enough for this nostalgia to hit me, but I also really enjoy coming of age stories. And I think the one thing that people just the people who don't like this game, I think just outside of the, chud takes, I think people like Bench who call the main character annoying, like forget who kids are. They're fucking annoying. Like Stacy wanting to be a music producer or like a what's the word they call it? Fusion. Like what does she want to be?
Oh god, you asked me so quick.
It's like the not a producer, but like a soundtrack curator, something like that, like a
Something like that
music
where
curator.
they pick the music for movies and trailers and such.
Right.
I mean,
And so, that's what she wants to be. And she takes it to such a crazy degree that she's like, no, this is our last night. This is what I want to do. Like,
music
I know this
supervisor.
stuff.
Sorry.
Like, yes. Like, let me do this. No, you're like, I hate you. You're ruining my playlist. Like, this is how it's supposed to be because I'm 16 and I don't know any better and I can't adapt to change. Like that is what being a 16-year-old is like, or an 18-year-old, I guess, if they're graduating high school. And I think that's lost on a lot of people because they're just like, oh, she's annoying. They didn't really have any growth. And it's like, yeah, she's 18. She still needs to be an adult and like live her life. So I think that kind of frustrated me how people just fundamentally kind of like don't understand how like teenagers work anymore. But otherwise, I had a great time. I thought it was fun. I thought the gameplay elements were fun. Me and Fusion both love this dev a lot, and I think they make great stuff, and I will continue to support them. But I think that now, granted, giving it tens were crazy, and I think
Yeah, that's crazy.
the difference, I think truly the difference between an 8 and a 10 in this game is whether or not the nostalgia works for you. Didn't work for me. I gave it an 8. I think for the people it did work for, I can see why they gave it a 10.
People are so old, though. Why are we listening?
Yes.
Guys, can you imagine being that old? Ugh.
Yeah.
Gonna be Bop in 2 years. I'm kidding.
Gross.
Anyways, I think that's everything we've been playing. Hopefully, you know what, guys? Next week, I promise I will be playing more games. I will be a gamer again, or I'll be playing more.
007.
I'll be playing more relevant games. More so.
Yeah,
I've been
okay,
playing a lot
it'll
of
be
games.
007 time for everyone.
007. Can't wait. But yeah, outside of that, I think we're gonna head out, boys. Long episode, but there was so much news to get into. Great conversations. Really appreciate you guys being on. Had a ton of fun. Bob, I hope we're BFFs. I know we talked a lot of shit, but we're still cool, right?
Hey, Wolf, I tagged you in the Mina tweet yesterday when benched in. I'm still thinking about you.
Okay, well, let's calm down with the glaze. A little much.
I'm still your number one fan, okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You were the only one who guessed all of that. I don't
No,
even remember
no,
anymore.
you just got lucky.
No.
Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever your favorite pods are. Check us out on them. Like the podcast, helps us out a ton, and follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at A Slice of Gaming, all one word. With that, we're gonna head out. Say goodnight, boys.
Good night. Play, I don't know what to play.
Forza.
Video game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you guys not yap in the fucking podcast?
I was saying, hit with Greg.